5,000 content not available.
It takes a second. Yep.
Yeah, you just gotta refresh it a few times. Do you have anything yet, Andy?
Still 5,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm. Oh, wait a second.
it's happening.
Okay.
Oh, John,
So
it worked.
That's the framework, and then how it'll work is
Beautiful.
I should be able to manipulate stuff here.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
It should show. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. So let me do a little blurb on the Facebook, just in case the kids want to watch. Doubt it.
There were 5 viewers the other night. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Okay. All right. So last session, yes, indeed, you guys did travel to the city of the Quera, or the Trackless tribe that Malik was a part of before he was outcast. You went to speak with them, and they gave you a bit more information than you had, and and that led you back to the town of Hilton, which in the town you met with someone who you thought was dead, Ian Haverhill, also Rhea Jekyll, and also Elsa Haverhill. Then you kind of understood one another. They were about to walk into what you would know as a trap. The Duke, Adalbert, was preparing to receive them at the Dwarf Road. Yeah.
Duke,
But also,
jerk.
Jerk, as you do know as well, though, Hilton has fallen. You assume recently, not terribly recently, maybe like within the year, which obviously is a bad thing. Now, in the lead up, you had mentioned that you were. Is the sound working, by the way?
On the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, everybody's good. Okay.
It's good.
Cool. So, you had mentioned during the lead up there, Kevin, something that I want to make sure that I heard correctly. You said you were checking your gear because you were looking for things, and you said you picked out the steel mirror.
Yes.
Okay. As you start looking at the steel mirror, kind of inspecting it, you realize that your visage that you're seeing, like your reflection rather, in the mirror is different.
Does it look more Wayfinder-ish?
You look less Wayfinder-ish. You look different. The armor that you're wearing seems to be kind of black coral. On your back, it looks like you have a sword. And your eyes seem to be kind of hollow, more like just tired, like you've seen quite a lot.
Smart enough to see that?
I mean, you're looking at yourself, and your features are this. I mean, every attitude changes the same, but your features are different. But if you recall, you would note that this is the steel mirror that you purchased from the halfling merchant that took you across the river back in Stormloft, so many years ago.
Holy shit, that was a long time ago. Yeah, that was a real long time ago.
Very steel mirror. It has not come up since that time. But you're looking at the mirror, and you're seeing kind of like a dark version of yourself, this eviler version of yourself. Or weathered.
and I'm going to look over at Hawk and say,
With the mirror? Or
yeah,
just look at it?
well, I'm just going to like hold the mirror next to me and say, and then actually I'm going to kind of just look down at myself. I don't look all different like I do in the mirror, do I?
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, you look normal, Malik. You're wearing your your scale armor. You've got your trident. You're not wielding a sword. Heavens to Betsy, no.
All right, then I'm going to act totally normal because I don't want anybody else to think I just like lost my mind because I've been having emotional issues.
Else?
Do you want to look at somebody else in the mirror while you're?
I'll look at Hawk in the mirror, but I'm gonna do it very like slyly. Like I don't want to draw attention to it.
So Hawk, his attire has pretty much been the same since you've known him, and he's always had some sort of icon of House Haverhill, a blue tabard with 2 chevrons and a diamond underneath, symbolizing the hill of the 2 mountains of Haverhill. Of Hilton, rather, and the diamond icon basically patterned reference to the house that it was a splinter from. The tabard that this Hawk is wearing is red instead of blue. Everything else appears to be the same, except that he does not seem to have a really cool elvish sword, and he doesn't appear to be half-elven.
Oh my gosh! Now I'm gonna look over at Zelbor.
Zelbor's not there.
Where the hell are you, Zelbor?
Where the hell am I?
And quiet off in the distance, Boo is not there. No, this is before you've kind of left out of the place with Ian and everybody else. Do you look at anyone else?
Look at Ian.
Well, I think my curiosity would probably get to me, and I would probably look at everybody. Yeah.
Okay. When you turn the mirror to Ian, you see this kind of writhing form of just these strange tentacles. At the ends of points of these tentacles, they have these strange, organic-looking nails or blades. Just underneath the blades, you see that there's an eye set underneath, and beneath the eye, a lamprey mouth. And there's hundreds of these that are actually spiraling out of where Ian is standing. And as you closely look at it in horror, I presume, you see that Ian's mangled body is inside of those things, being kind of pulled and puppeted by the spines. As you kind of look at him in that way, all of the eyes move to look directly at you in the mirror, and they kind of just like start staring at you.
Holy shit. All right, I'm going to put the mirror down. Now, can I use Divine Sense on Ian?
Yeah. You already did last session. And they don't glow.
What about Rhea? Was Rhea there?
Nobody in this room glows.
Is there Rhea or
is Rhea in the mirror?
Elsa?
Yeah. No, she's not.
Okay. What about Elsa?
She is not either.
Okay. I really want to talk to my best bud, Zelbor, because he's smart. I consider him to be like the master of all things magic and basically he's master of all things intelligent wise. If I don't understand something, I immediately want to go to him. So I'm looking around like, hey Hawk, what happened to Zelbor? I have something I have to tell him. It's very important.
I don't know where he is.
Damn it. God, you know what? He's always doing this, sneaking off, meeting girls.
Real Zelbor's right there, though. Like, he hasn't left the room, right?
What are you talking about? I'm standing right here.
Oh, I'm confused. I thought you meant that Zelbor literally wasn't there. He's just not in the mirror.
No, when he turned the mirror, he's not in the mirror.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So he's not showing up in the mirror. All right, I go to Zelbor, who just left the room. Hopefully he's still listening. I
left the room. I'm standing right in front of you.
I say, Zelbor, come here. And I kind of take him a little bit of a side, and you're probably thinking, what the hell is he going to say? But what I say is, hey, buddy, I got this mirror way back when we met that halfling that took us across the river. Long time ago, and I've never used it until now. And now I looked in it, and all these weird magical type things are happening. And you know what? I know when it comes to magic, or basically just anything intelligence based, or I'm just basically not that smart. Could you look at this and figure it out? Especially, what's especially troubling to me is what happens when I look at Ian Haverhill. It looks like something's like evil's using him as a puppet. So here, please look at this, and let me know what you think. And if you're not seeing this crap, then boy, I've really got problems. And we got to talk about this. So here you go. So I hand it over to him,
Okay. As you hand it over to him, you kind of feel this strange sense of like just something kind of like passing away. Like you feel like in the past your character has been attuned to magic items.
Right.
When you've like let go of an attunement or removed yourself from an attunement or lost an attunement, it kind of feels the same way as you pass it over to Hawk. Okay,
I'm going to whisper to him. I'm going to say, hey, I just felt some sort of magic pass through me, so I don't know what's going on. Like when I give up my magic weapon or something, you know, I got to give him all the stuff I know, because he always tells me, how can I figure stuff out, Mel, if you don't tell me all the information? I mean, come on. Can I read minds?
I'm still not sure why you think I'm the most.
Who has the mirror?
Currently I do, and
okay.
What do I see anything with it with True Sight?
Before then, as you take a hold of the mirror and start to kind of look towards it, the orb that's floating above your head drops to the ground.
Can I hold on to this?
Can I keep this forever?
Oh, hold on a second.
I say, Zell, I think this could be something serious. So if you need to hold on to it, you know, you're more than welcome. You know I'd do anything for you, right?
Right.
Do you look into the mirror?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of like looking at it, examining it, looking at the reflection of.
It's your reflection. It looks just like you would see just in a regular steel mirror. But how long do you kind of look into it before you get annoyed and pass it back to him, or keep it in your pocket because of its surprisingly fun feature?
I mean, I'm just kind of like, I'd probably look at it for a little while to see if I enchantment, because
sure.
He's generally a pretty honest guy, so if he's saying something, it's like, okay, what's
at first, your true sight just kind of detects this lingering enchantment, this strange kind of aura that's present. And as you kind of inspect it, make an Arcana check.
Just into Arcana, I'm guessing?
Mm-hmm. Really good.
Yeah.
So as you start to realize what you're holding, you kind of probably will become a bit afraid. What you're holding is what's known as a ley line. A ley line is a kind of severance in between planes, existences.
Wait, like I'm literally holding a ley line.
And you're holding basically this mobile device, this magical device that allows you to see past realities.
Well, shit.
The other thing that you notice as you're holding it is you kind of have an inkling of, like, when in my campaign setting and in most Banthian kind of like D&D, when you prepare spells in the morning and you get your spell slots in your body, they're basically reserves of magic that sit inside of you, your physical being, like tethered to specific points. And when you prepare your spells, you're just activating those. They're prepared in the morning, they're ready to cast, but you're basically holding them in reserve. You feel like all those pockets inside of you, those reserves of energy, are not accessible.
Huh.
You're pretty sure it has something to do with the fact that you're holding the mirror. As you kind of sit there and inspect it for a little longer, you notice that the pattern, like you in it, changes. And eventually you start to realize... Where'd you go? Okay, you start to realize that the form that you appear to see on the other side is missing one of its horns completely. Looks like it has scars all over its face. And he's wearing kind of like a dark leather armor that seems to kind of manifest shadow off of it.
Okay, so Malik, did you see like a reflection of yourself that's really badass?
Was it metal as...
Well, to be honest, I looked a little dark and evil and disturbed or something. I didn't look like myself. I wasn't even using a trident. I mean, come on. Something must have been wrong with me. I was all black.
Yes, so you look completely badass, right? This is what we call, in layman's term, a ley line, which I did not realize could be in an object. Where did you say you got this from again?
Okay. Wait, don't you listen to every word I say? No, never mind. Never mind. We're not going to get into this now.
Hell doesn't care.
We're just not going to get into this now. Anyways, no. Where I got it was, remember when we went on that barge across the river? Was it the Piss or what? One of them?
Yeah, he was an asshole, so I just dimension door to the other side.
Yeah, but everybody else bought a bunch of crap, and I thought, well, it would be really nice to have a mirror. Because, sometimes you have to do grooming things and all that. But anyways, I got it for a real good deal. I don't even remember how much I paid for it, Money's not that important in life. Happiness.
Do you inspect the others with it?
Anyways, the most important thing is, look at Ian. And then, look at Hawk. He's not even an elf in the future, or whatever this is showing us.
First things first. When you turn it to look at Hawk, you see him, his skin is pale, and he's very gaunt, and he's wearing heavier armor. It kind of looks like he might be some form of undead. You're not sure what that means.
That's pretty bad.
He has a sword on his back, and for what you can tell, the hilt of the sword appears to be like a candelabra.
What?
Luminaire!
When you turn it to look over at Malik is not present. And when you turn it to look at Ian, you see the slithering, writhing mass of these vines and tentacles, these weird things, and it's a damn horror show.
So is it showing a different version of reality than the one that Malik saw?
You don't know.
I'm just wondering aloud.
Okay.
Okay, so, and then does it show the other two that are there?
Rhea is not present. Elsa is not present.
They aren't present either.
Mm-hmm.
Could you see me, Zell? Because I couldn't see you when I looked at it, so I'm thinking maybe you can't see your best friend or something.
That's the answer.
Do you want to focus on any of those things a little bit more, or no?
I'm intrigued now about Rhea and the other one, seeing as, like, the way that I'm seeing it right now is me and Malik are gone, and both of us have these lovely stone things that are great curses, and neither of us can see each other in badass versions of ourselves, a undead or badass version of Hawk. I want to look at Hawk for a few more.
Perfect. So as you're looking at him, you notice that his breastplate is kind of loosened and opened up in the center, and you can see a black orb set in his chest. It looks like it's burrowed itself into his ribcage.
Whoa.
Is it like the orb that I've, like the, is it anything similar to anything I've seen before?
No. The orb shape is about the same as the one that you had floating around and the one that Malik has, but it's blackish.
That's what I was wondering.
But that Hawk sucks.
Oh, and sorry, Boo was not present in Malik's, and Boo is present in yours.
What does Boo look like?
He is the only one that appears to be unchanged.
Give Hawk the mirror.
So, Malik, I think we should keep this.
Wait, you cut out for a minute. I couldn't hear you.
I was making a joke.
Oh. No. I mean, like I said, you are really the smart one, especially compared to me. So I will follow whatever you think is good. Unless it's, unwise, and then I'll be like, what the hell? We're not doing that. But...
Okay, I want to test something out with this really quickly, John. I just want to stick it in my bag and let go so that it has...
I just want to make sure that everybody's seeing.
What?
Oh, that looks perfectly normal. He's fine.
Did you just have a pop-up?
That is really, really, really upsetting.
How come my...
Fine, guys. He's fine.
Oh, okay.
He's fine. Walk it off.
Where did you put this on? Did you put it on
Roll20?
Oh, Roll20. Okay, sorry about that. Holy shit.
He's fine.
That's worse than I actually imagined.
He's fine.
I love that statement.
Worse than I imagined.
I had actually imagined. Good.
So that's good. Oh my gosh, I'd be totally disturbed right now. That's
But yeah, as I said, John, I just want to like stick my bag somewhere where I'm not touching it.
Okay.
They're coming out of his
I'll see what
hands.
happens then.
They're coming out of his everything.
Yeah.
Do you want to make an Arcana check to try and identify what those are? Zelbor?
Yeah.
I totally forgot. I totally forgot to give you that.
Ian in the mirror.
You know, I am going to burn my inspiration.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Everything you ever need to know about these creatures. They are what are known as a Sokar. This specifically seems to be a Sokar king. So, are you familiar with a rat? Are you familiar? One second. I'll get it in the chat. But are you familiar with the term a rat king?
Yeah. Bunch of rats with the tails tied together.
Yes. So a Sokar king is a bunch of Sokars with their tails tied together that live inside. Sokars are what are known as they're kind of an aberrant creature. What they do is they will enter into the brainstem of a living creature and control it like a puppet. In their larval state or smaller form, one can usually kind of overpower a weak-minded or weak-willed person. A couple of them together might be able to work together and become kind of like a tight-knit group that can puppeteer a mightier creature. This large grouping of them, you are, because you got a 31, you've only ever heard of one such Sokar, and it was through rumors and tales that you heard from a far-off land on your way traveling to here. You're not even sure where it's from, but the creature that you heard, this rat or Sokar king, was referred to as the Flesh Thief.
Hey, I hate to interject here, but would he recognize that sword?
It's Haverhill's sword.
Okay, I didn't know if it was a special arcane sword or something that had meaning.
He's got it on. The boy's got it on him right now.
Oh, okay.
It's his father's sword.
Interesting. So basically, what you're telling me, this thing is okay.
I don't want to speak for you, Matt, but do they disguise themselves?
They hide inside the bodies of living creatures.
Yeah, they're
So-
basically. Have you heard of the fungal stuff that infects the ants? I'm
They're
guessing
cordyceps, yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie The Thing?
Oh yeah, the thing. John
I guess
Carpenter.
what I'm wondering is that
movie.
in the two different realities that we were just looking at, we saw the creature, but is that what's happening in the real in our current reality, but we're just not seeing it?
How are you going to broach that question? It doesn't seem to be manifesting any kind of glow in divine sense, but Malik would know the limitations of divine sense.
And I'm not
Right.
seeing anything with that with true sense.
With true sight, yeah.
True seeing, you see nothing different about him, no.
Right, I see the purple stuff. I remember that from last time.
The purple stuff.
Yeah, there was like a purple glowing around his chest.
Oh, right.
This was the necrotic energy from.
Yeah.
his-
So, yeah, there seems to be kind of like in his chest area, there seems to be kind of like some sort of, basically where you remember the arrow hitting him. There seems to be kind of an energy, a malignant energy.
Why don't you try to get Rhea aside, Matt, and see if you could talk to her about has he acted funny in any way?
I was actually going to say, Hawk, can Malik and I borrow you for a second?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Here, and I'm going to just like stick the mirror in his hand. Hold this for a few minutes, and just
I'm not a magic user. I wonder if it's going to be a thing.
You hold on to it and look into it. It seems to be just normal, like a regular mirror. How long do you look into it until you get annoyed?
A minute.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Shit.
Fail. I'm sorry. Like,
Please fail.
That is not nice at all. Is that Matt or your character?
You guys watch him like holding the mirror, kind of looking into it. You start to see like the air around him kind of have this strange, weird effect. And then you start to see his frame and his face and everything, and you feel it, Hawk. You feel your body start to kind of move towards the mirror, and it's a very strong force. And you resist it and toss the mirror to the ground.
Wow. Okay. Does the mirror break?
No, it's steel.
It's a steel.
I'm not touching that mirror again. Get that thing away from me. I still think you should talk to Rhea and see if there's anything funny about Ian.
Upon hitting the ground and kind of dusting up in the floor here, it's a bit dirty and there's like hay everywhere because again it's just a peasant's house that they've kind of taken over, like a farm almost, farmhouse rather. But you notice that the dust kind of gets settled in on the face of the mirror, and you can also note that there's these strange markings in the face of the mirror, which Malik, if you recall, were present when you purchased it.
Yeah, is that any language I can read? Because I can read a few languages.
It was not a language you could read, and you never brought it to Zelbor's attention for him to comprehend languages. It was just a steel mirror, and no one cared.
All right, I'm gonna actually after Hawk drops it, I'm gonna say, "Are you okay?"
Don't touch it.
I was thinking about I bend down to pick it up, but you tell me not to. I'll stop. But I do have a question for you guys. What was it? And actually, I'll do this out of character. What was it that Rhea said? Like, how did Ian get resurrected after he died? It wasn't like a demon that resurrected him or anything, was it?
No. He already said what happened. It was that priest guy.
Yeah, but which priest?
The Red Priest.
Oh, it was a Red Priest. Okay, all right. I was trying to figure that out because I was wondering maybe if it was a little bit shady, but we didn't really question it at first. But like if somebody evil had resurrected him, maybe they would have put that monster in him to control him. But I don't think the Red Priest would. I mean, I don't get that vibe, do I, from what I knew of the Red Priest?
So, I mean, the bottom line is that we said that we would accompany Ian and Rhea
and Elsa.
Elsa out of town. So I still think that's actually an especially good idea now, so we can sort of keep track of the flesh thief and deal with it if we need to.
Yeah, good idea.
Well,
you have another task.
Right,
yeah, we have to go and get that sword from Sven, Sven, that's his name, right?
Sven.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to pick up that mirror and throw it in your pack, Zelbor? You seem to be, like I always say, you're the smartest one around. So.
Honestly, I'm not sure.
All right, I'll pick it up and put it in my pack. You never know when it could come in handy. So I'll pick it up, put it in my pack, and I'll kind of put it in a corner where I'm not really going to accidentally grab it. We'll save it for later. It's a good party game.
Yeah, I'm also going to explain to Hawk everything I saw in the mirror and and ask if Malik wants to explain what he saw.
Thank you. I will do that too. So you're up to speed. You don't have to pretend like you don't know anything that we actually saw. So
okay,
it's a good thing.
Go ahead and every single one of you just offhandedly make me a charisma stealth check.
Charisma stealth check?
I don't have those stats on my thing.
Just do a charisma check untrained if you don't have stealth, which I'm pretty sure you don't.
Holy shit.
I'm so happy. Charisma and stealth.
Holy shit.
See, Zelbor, that's why I love you. You're so charismatic.
Whoa.
I just need one for Mel.
That's
nice. I got one. Charisma check?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, look up a couple. Oh, you know what? Son of a bitch. I rolled to myself again. I'll re-roll. You know why I do that, though, is I like to check spells. I don't like to plop them everywhere. All right, I'm going to go back. It was a 23, but I'll redo it. Son of a bitch. Sometimes...
If you roll a 23, you rolled a 23.
I did.
You guys managed to keep yourself quiet and not overheard. After a fashion of you guys whispering and playing with a mirror, Rhea walks over to you guys and says, "Didn't you have another affair that you had to deal with quickly so that we could be on our way?"
Oh, yes.
Rebel.
We need a conference about that problem first.
Being prepared is absolutely important. We'll be here when you come back.
Excellent.
Oh, sorry. Rewinding a bit, because I think one of the things that you guys were alluding to, but it didn't get mentioned, I just want to make sure that you guys understand something. Zelbor, you would know that with True Seeing, if there was a Sokar or a Sokar King inside of that boy, you would know about it.
Right. I kind of figured that.
So you are aware that that kid does not have what's in the mirror in him.
Okay.
That's why I think it's like a future thing.
No, it's an alternate reality thing.
Well, the problem is it's a ley line. Like,
What does that mean?
It literally is basically the intersect of magic in this world. It's kind of ridiculously impossible that this object.
It's
Like,
pretty crazy.
Let's put it this way. This is like carrying around the universe in a pea.
Is this something people can track us with or something? Or, you know?
I don't know.
I'm asking Zell that.
Yeah, I'm going to guess probably not, and just because they're not going to think we're carrying something like this with us. It's
all
more
right.
like the impossibility of this existing will remain anonymous about it.
Do you want to try and read the word that's on it?
Yeah, I kind of do. But
You know you do.
When you inspect it and kind of look it over, you actually recognize the text type, but you don't know the language. It looks very similar to the arcane writings of one chronomancer that you know.
Son of a bitch.
Ooh.
I'm so going to kill that old man when I see him.
Do you want to cast Comprehend Languages as a ritual to read it?
I don't have comprehend languages. I have tongue, so I can speak, but I can't read.
Do you want to cast Tongue so you can read it?
He wants us to read it.
You know you do.
Tongues doesn't let you read?
Tongues doesn't let you read. It grants you the ability to understand any spoken language.
Yeah.
Unless I have a scroll of comprehend language lying around.
Bummer. All right,
Well,
we can
you
do
guys-
it later.
You guys actually know the town's, history. You were here for a time. You would know that there was a mage named Physics Big Bang who had a pub, and his brother Kablu was also a wizard as well. So you might be able to find...
Yeah, can we just stop by there and see if we can find a scroll really quick?
Well, wait a minute here. Let's ask these people who have been living here for a while if they
We're
know
not
if
mages.
either one of those. No. Let's ask them if they know if Physics or Kablu are alive. Have you seen them?
Malik, it doesn't matter. They're not here.
Wait. Hold on. Kevin, make me just a charisma check.
All right, I can do that.
Just
I thought you were
charisma
saying
check.
intelligence.
Okay, so you as a pretty socially smart individual know that when you got here, they said that everyone died. And you're going to be like, are your friends still alive? You already know the answer.
All right.
And you're kind of like, all right, bye. You guys want to go to where?
Can we try going to, what was it? Physics had the shop, right?
Physics had the pub. Kablu had the shop.
Yes. Is anyone opposed to us just checking for a scroll?
That's fine.
They're basically right next to each other. So
I would love to accompany you over to Kablu's.
Let's check there first.
You too, Hawk.
And then we'll go
Yep.
to the mine.
All right, so we walk over there.
okay. And you're going to Kablu's first, right?
Yep.
Okay. You'll note that the back end of the area of the building, and I don't know if any of you guys actually bought potions when you were in town, but the back end of the area was like his workshop. You notice that it's basically just decimated. It's just blackened pieces of wood kind of shattered out to the sides, and that makes egress into the building rather easy. The front area looks like it's still boarded up and secured, as if someone was anticipating an attack, but the back end of it is blown out and destroyed. You kind of walk inside. The back area is pretty much just desolation, which has also been kind of destroyed a bit more by the elements, rain, snow, etc. When you enter into the front end of the shop, there's reagents still about and a couple of open, still unused bottles. You do see that there are 3 bottles that have a reddish liquid in them and a familiar marking to what you recall. They appear to be just common potions of cure or potions of healing. The ones from Jernaris, if you recall. And you do also note that in the back end, there appears to be kind of a lump in the dirt and kind of has a bit of grass kind of growing up around it. This lump is child-sized.
Or gnome-sized. Gnome-sized, yeah.
Or true seeing tells me what it is.
So it's because it's a physical thing. You kind of focus on it enough, you realize that it's just dirt and such. But if you get down there and kind of like brush away at it, you'll note that it is the very like probably been down here for about 3 to 6 months. It appears to be the charred body of a gnome. There are still kind of tatters of red hair, kind of just like all matted up. There are maggots kind of like, still sitting inside of its head, or the shells of maggots that have kind of burst free and flown away. It's a mess.
So,
It doesn't smell terrible. It's been down here for a while, but it definitely smells like death.
can we just try to search the shop real quick for scrolls?
Do you want to search his body?
Sure. I mean, that's in the shop, so sure.
Yeah, you if you kind of like brush over his body, you'll find that he has a spell book at his belt, and it's kind of got like a blackened outer frame to it. But if you kind of break it open, the pages inside still seem to be intact. A quick cursory kind of just inspection of it. Pretty common first level spells. One of which happens to be comprehend languages. If you wish, you can rip the pages out of this book and cast the scrolls, cast them as scrolls if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to stick the whole book in my bag, but take out the language right now and mirror and read it.
All right. Sitting there in the ruins of Kablu's shop, you take a few moments to cast the spell, not too long, and you focus on the steel mirror's language. It's got writing on one side, and then on the back end it has a little bit of writing, just smaller writing. The little bit of writing on the back end, it just says Cardiff in this strange language. On the front end, it says, "My gift to you for the deeds you've done." And then you can't see the name that's written there because it's kind of like chiseled out. A gift for you for the deeds you've done. Do you read any of this aloud?
After I'm done reading it, I tell them what both sides say.
You say, this side says Cardiff, make a Constitution saving throw.
Guys, I think I'm going to die.
Your head's going to explode and Cardiff's going to come out.
Constitution saving throw. Don't worry, guys. I have +1 to this.
You'll be fine.
All right. You have this very strange sensation.
Wait a minute.
Like,
he gets a bonus because he's 10 feet from me. You know that.
Got it. But he's holding onto the mirror, and as you're kind of saying that, you kind of turn and look back at the mirror and feel yourself being tugged into it. If you've ever seen the movie Army of Darkness, the effect is very similar to being stretched and pulled into a book, but you quickly toss the mirror away and kind of rattled back away from it.
And the other side says...
Are you going to do it again? Wow. Can you just put the mirror down and read it? Not without touching it?
We already read it.
Yeah, he read it, and when he said, this side says Cardiff, and then throws it, and the other side says, after discarding it, he tells you what the other side says.
I say we put it in a bag and then go to the mines for right now.
We've had it for months, years even. Let's just put it in a bag and just leave it as is, and we don't have to pay attention to it. Don't even focus on it. It's not important.
Hey, if it somehow brings Cardiff back from wherever he is, I have his robe, so it's not like he'll be naked. And I'm being absolutely serious. I have it on my sheet there. It's like a black and blue robe, maybe.
You hear kind of a huh in the background. And you guys turn and look, and you see Booze kind of standing there with his arms crossed.
What? Really?
Boo's just been hanging out.
He's just hanging? All right.
Yeah, just hanging.
Ooh.
Yeah, black and blue cloak. Cardiff's black and blue cloak. All right.
Where are you?
Hey, I grab the 3 potions and I hand them to Hawk, unless you want some, Zelbor.
I'm good for right now.
All right, take the 3 potions, Hawk. You never know when you're going to need them.
Sure.
They're just regular potions, not greater healing potions.
That's fine.
But I think you should have them because, you're Hawk. You get beat up a lot. That's what you do. You're a hawk. All right, so you guys think we should go now directly to the mine?
Sure.
All right, well then before we go, actually I'll wait till we're right up next to it before I whip out my bowl of water elemental commanding and make Herbie the elemental, water elemental. It's a good name.
Okay. All right. So if you guys are going to the old mine, you'll see that the old mine door, the entrance to it, it looks like it was once kind of boarded off with large blocks of wood, almost like in size comparison to like railroad ties that were kind of boarded up and over it. What you notice about it, though, is there's a very large blackened hole that's burnt through the barrier. But there appears to have been like it was walled off, and something was shot through it that burned it and like blackened the outer edges of this circle that's cut right through it. It looks like it allows for easy egress into the mine at this point because of the hole that's been burnt through it.
Does it look like a fireball or something that Zelbor
Perhaps.
would know?
It looks like some sort of spell for sure. If you want, you can make an Arcana intelligence check to figure it.
Would we be able to tell which way the blast went, going from the outside in or the inside out?
That would definitely still fall into that Arcana. That's
So we couldn't tell by like the blast, the kind of blast it was?
I would say if you want, you can go ahead and just make like a Wisdom perception. Yeah. It'll be a harder DC than the Arcana check.
Who's making this?
Whoever wants to.
I'm examining the
All right, go ahead and
place
do it.
where
then.
but I'm not doing. It's obviously not Arcana. It's just the blast area.
Yeah. All right. The Arcana would have to be somebody else because I don't have Arcana.
I
So
mean, I already rolled for it and got it.
You're not sure, Hawk. You're kind of looking at it, and you're not sure.
Yeah, as I said, I got a 24 on the roll, so.
Oh, I see that now. You would know that it was not caused by a spell. It was caused by some form that was on fire, a creature perhaps, and it blasted out, not in.
ooh,
This keeps getting better and better.
That's scary. Balrog.
Balrog. This foe is beyond you.
I say hawk
Flee,
food.
fools.
Fly, fly.
Fly. That's right. Fly. We're gonna go in though.
All right. When
All
you
right.
When you enter and it kind of descends down, you can see old steel rails kind of set in the dirt that have kind of grown over. Dirt's kind of fallen over them. They seem to be misused as well, or not used at all, rather, I mean to say, and rusted and old. There's kind of a staleness to the air that you're kind of breathing in. Like this place hasn't really been touched too much for some time. When you finally kind of descend down to the start portion of the mine, like the main staging area for moving ore and rock out, you see that there's kind of stacks of lumber to one side, possibly used for setting up, and they're kind of in style similar to the railroad ties that were outside, but they appear to be kind of utilitarian wood that you might use for posts to keep the ceiling from falling on you, to kind of build like struts and what have you, just support material. The wood's very kind of just brittle though. It looks like it's been down here for some time. There are two skeletons in the main chamber as well, kind of laying on the ground. They look like they've been down here for a very long time. And then there are a total of 4 passageways out of here. There's a passageway to your immediate left, there's a passageway to your immediate right, and then there are 2 passageways right in front of you. One appears to be going down, and one appears to be going up.
All right. I would look over at my friends and say, we could run into some nasty stuff down here, so I'm going to take a precaution here. And I put my hand on my chest and cast Death Ward. And I say, all right, I shouldn't die now, so I should be able to keep you guys alive. And then I give them, like, guns.
Can we check out the skeletons really quickly?
Harpoons.
There.
Yeah, you go ahead and check out the skeletons. And they do appear to be long since dead. They do appear to be long since dead, possibly miners. You see kind of like a a brittle, broken handle with a rusted head of a pickaxe. And they've been down here for some time. If you want, you can make a wisdom medicine check to kind of try and figure out how long they might have been down here. But yeah, they look like they've been long dead. Either anybody, if you were inspecting it. Hawk, you would realize that these have been down here for at least a decade because everything's deteriorated.
Okay.
You hear a splash sound, and there appears to be kind of a large water elemental staged behind Malik now at this point.
All right, guys. I was just, like I said, just preparing.
Zelbor, did you take the mirror, or are you holding on to it?
I think Malik was holding on.
Yeah.
Okay. So whenever you released it, I apologize, I forgot to mention it, but whenever you relinquished it to someone else, the orb moved right back over your head and continued its orbit.
I kind of figured that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you said there are...
I'm also assuming I can feel the reserves of my magic again.
Yes.
Yeah, there's one a passageway that goes down, a passageway that goes up, and then one to each direction. Right?
One left, one right, two directly in front. One goes down, one goes up.
Mm-hmm.
So do we need to go deeper into this mine, do you think, or higher?
I think we go down. What do you think?
Down to Goblin Town. Right?
Down.
If down is the option, you guys
Let's do it.
Go down, and it seems that the two paths kind of split away from each other, one up, one down. But this path that you're on seems to kind of cycle back and around, so it seems to be going perhaps underneath the path above. Then it straightens out, and then it comes to a dead end. But you take a second recount of it, and you all can kind of see. Well, it gets dark down here, so you'll probably activate some sort of light.
Right.
You can see that there's a bunch of rubble that's kind of fallen down, blocking off your passage forward, right? And around it, you can kind of see worked structure that appears to be like a large open passageway. The style of it, to you guys, looks very familiar in that it looks like the portalways that were present inside the Tome of Derlithoth. They look Vazriel in style. But the thing that you notice that makes you kind of go, well, it's not a dead end then, is that the stone that's fallen in, there's a large hole that's burnt right through all of the rubble, leaving the rubble completely intact, except for this large hole. It's caused the stone that's fallen in, that's at the top portions, to kind of fuse, and it seems to have kind of like a perfect tunnel shape. You can tell that the rock was burnt.
This looks bad.
Coming out of the hole.
It looks exactly like the fire that went through the.
And so, would we be able to deduce that whatever this creature was might have been the cause of the town being burned down?
You're not sure, you weren't here.
Wait a minute, though. Wait, I thought they said giants did it.
That would definitely require some more investigation out and about the town, out from this point. And you think that you might be able to figure that, yes or no, within an hour or two. If you want to spend some time doing that, you can. Or if you want to continue in, that's cool too.
Wait, I thought they said giants did it when we got there. Or am I thinking something else?
I think you're thinking of the West Run.
Yeah, but for some reason I thought it happened here too, and I was like, damn it, we need to meet some giants.
Well, I don't know if we want to waste time with that right now, but it's just a theory that Hawk would mention to the others.
Yeah, that's a good theory. But
so
I think
one there might be more.
Yeah, I think to me it looks like this could be something pretty bad. Some powerful magic-using creature, or a dragon, or something nasty. So we better be careful.
Right.
Do you guys want me to go first? I'm okay with that.
Sure.
Unless you want to go first, Hawk. But
whatever you think.
I do have a spell on me now, so that I won't die immediately. All right, so I hop in.
Okay. It seems that the narrow passage, you kind of have to duck down to kind of go through, but it finally comes to an endpoint, and you enter into a hall. It's 10 foot wide and about 10 foot high. And it seems that it continues on for another 20 or 25 feet and enters into an open chamber that seems to have points leading out of it, one to the north end, one to the south, one directly ahead of you to the east. And in the center of that chamber there's a lot of just rubble and dirt in the center of it. And from what you can tell from here, Malik, with your light, it looks like there might be an old skeleton buried inside of the stone.
Ooh, okay. I think I would, like, not too loud, quietly kind of whisper down the hallway. Come on, guys. It's clear.
Yep.
So then would you guys come down?
Absolutely.
All right. Once we all got inside the chamber, then I would say I kind of point out what I saw in the center there. Looks like there could be something buried in there. So, do you guys have any ideas? You want me just to sneak up there?
Let me know if you guys all have sight.
Oh, I can see now. I can see something.
Yeah, I could see.
Yep.
We're on the left of that, right?
Correct.
Yeah, the far left of the map.
All right, because that was where I had my character sheet, but I'll move it over.
Hey, I don't want to move Boo around a bunch. Who wants to basically
I can take care of Boo.
Can you have him go and do a stealth check, like sort of check that area?
Well, here's the deal, though. I don't feel right sending him out there because if it's like some really horrible death thing and he's just NPC in it, one of us should go out there, either you or me.
I don't have his character sheet, and B, I have just as good stealth as he.
You have his character sheet now.
Okay, then go for it. Go for it.
I wouldn't want you to go forward, Zell.
Well,
It seems like you're squishier.
At this stage, I'm pretty sure Zach trusts you guys. I don't think Zach's going to have any problem if you take control of his character to the full degree. If you feel like you're trying to Kenny him, though, then don't do that.
No, I mean, if this is what we would do, this is what he would do if he were.
Just do Zach. Like,
can you have him go check it out?
No, he wanted one of us to do it, I think.
No. I'm talking to Matt.
The DM doesn't care who does it. The NPC.
Boo for stealth.
Okay.
So.
Perfect. So, yeah, you go ahead and advance forward, and he would report back that there appears to be a passageway that leads to the east, a passageway that leads to the south, a passageway that leads to the north, and the passageway you entered, which is on the west.
Let's go to the one straight across from us.
Well, do you want to examine the rubble?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's do that. So let's examine the rubble.
All right.
Okay. The thing you guys will notice when you enter into this larger chamber is the ceiling above you, it's not 10 feet high. It goes up for some distance. About at a 10-foot height, though, from the walls, you see that the walls start to close in as they go up like a funnel, straight up, or a pyramid. At the very top, you see that there's a hole about 10 by 10. It looks like it's a stone hole, but outside of the stone hole, from what you can see with the light, it looks like there's rubble and dirt out and above, and it seems to open up into a larger cave space.
But are there tentacles?
There are not tentacles.
So if we went up, maybe that's where we would have gone, guys.
Yeah.
So we'll do some investigating around the rubble, see what's in there.
Okay. So you do find one body. Looks like a miner, just like the ones outside. Nothing special, nothing different. You can inspect it, and you would find that the cause of death appears to be that his legs were shattered and he was left here to die.
But the rubble does the rubble appear to be the result of whatever kind of creature has been running through and blowing things up?
Do me a favor and just make me a wisdom perception check. Or an intelligence investigation, whichever you prefer. We're going full CSI mode at this stage. Okay, yeah. So you take a couple seconds and inspect. What you find about this situation is that the body is kind of on top, but kind of inside of the rubble. It's not underneath the rubble. That makes you assume that it came from above the rubble. It fell out from that hole, and this guy was on top of it before it came down. So you're assuming that he was a miner that was digging, and he found a sweet spot or a cavity and fell down. And because his legs were shattered out, if there were any people, they didn't give him any assistance. You do, as you guys are standing here, Malik, you notice this, and it's specifically noticeable to you, but there appears to be wind kind of coming at you from the east.
From the east. I think we should go that way. Guys, there's wind. I can feel wind from over there.
Okay.
On my fishy skin. We could check the others' paths out later. I'm gonna move over that way, at least that far.
Okay. You see up ahead, it looks like there is more passageway, and it looks like, too, that there is 2 side passages, or 2 side alcoves. You're not sure what those might have in them.
I'm going to mention that to Hawk and Boo and Zell and say, hey, there's some side passages, and I'm not sure what's in them. How about I just like walk up there a little bit and kind of stop after 10, 20 feet?
Sure. Yeah, just advance. It's fine. So you would see that the passageway to the right appears to have, or like the small little alcove to the right, appears to have a set of stairs that go down.
Ooh.
You kind of move forward just one more square, you'll see them.
I'm going to go towards these stairs, guys. I think I see stairs going down here, so I move over.
The stairwell, it appears to be kind of like a spiral of stone steps that go straight down. In the center of them is like a pillar that holds the steps, and just at about eye level or like reaching level for you, inside of the pillar is a round orb that seems to be set inside of a small cavity in the pillar.
Is this like an orb the size of the blue one I have, or is
It's about the same size, but it seems to be made completely out of stone.
Does it look like it's a separate piece that could be picked up?
Yes. It looks like it could be removed.
What
All right.
color is it?
White, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's white stone, correct.
So it's a white orb. How come I can't see anything? It's like closed on me here. When I stand here, I can't see anything below me. Or
Yeah, because I'm a horrible DM.
That's right. You're not a horrible DM.
Mel and Zell described the
Yeah, I'm gonna describe what I see here.
No, I'm going to describe the alternate Hawk with the funny thing in his chest plate. It's not that, is it?
No, that was black, I think.
No.
That one was black that I saw.
This appears to be solid stone.
Mhm.
And from what you've learned of the orbs that you guys have gathered, they're glass.
Okay.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do, guys, because I'm crazy like this. I'm gonna grab that orb.
Okay. As you pull it away, you start to hear this kind of stone sound of the steps kind of pulling in towards the pillar, and you watch as they magically enter into the pillar itself. Once they do, the pillar starts to drag up, and the floor underneath you starts to kind of rise away from you. So you kind of back away, probably.
Yeah.
Eventually, it comes up to a point where it stops, and you have a 10-foot white square that's set in front of you. And directly in the middle of that is a small orifice for the orb you have in your hand.
Did you see that, Hawk? You're standing over there.
I guess I did.
Boo probably saw it. Wasn't that cool? So do we want to go? Do we want to go up those stairs or down those stairs? Oh wait! Before we do, let me hang on to this white globe for a minute, and we'll come back to this. But I think maybe we want to look over here now.
Yeah, what is going on with this other
What's
one?
going up
It's like
north?
tentacles.
It appears to have a space, like a weird symbol on it. But it seems that the space that you see in front of you is about the same space that you would assume that the big square that you're looking at here would fill. They appear to have the same kind of density, like width and height.
Wait, did you get that, guys?
It's empty, but it seems like the block that you just made come up could fit inside of that empty space.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any sort of a little like a dent for a globe?
Yeah, you can place the globe inside of a recess that's in the center of it. Not inside of the empty space, inside of the block that you just brought up.
Right. Okay. Well, I see that. Can we see those levers out ahead, or is it too dark? All right. Do you guys want to go over there and figure out what the deal is with those? That looks like a Zelbor thing to me.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can't move my character anymore. I got like something's going on.
Are you clicking on the right view?
Yeah, isn't there a little arrow that you click on?
Yes.
Yeah, but for some reason it stopped working.
Are you lagging?
I must be. Maybe. You know what it keeps doing though? When I click on myself, I can like drag this little square. Maybe I did. Oh, there it worked.
John,
Oh, I didn't do that.
I moved it. Yeah.
Check for traps.
Sure. Doesn't appear to be any.
Okay. Just figured that's a good idea to check for.
Hold on a second. Oh, that's
My-
weird.
My hit points are off again. It's weird. My AC
That's
is
a
off.
lot of hit points, El.
Your hit points are 112.
121. I'm 13th level, right? Isn't that right? I have a
Yeah,
high
13th
con.
level.
I have a +3 con, so every level I go up, it's a new.
Try and move your sheet or move your character.
Now it seems to be. It looks like it might work. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think it's working now.
I don't know how you did it, but somehow you made it so it wasn't controlled by you. It's really weird. Might be roll 20. You know how it messes with us.
Yeah, I can
Fine.
control
be.
mats now.
You can control mats?
Yeah.
I
Sweet.
can control mine too.
Oh my gosh! Look at all those levers.
And I can control yours too.
Weird.
It's okay. I won't touch yours.
Thanks, buddy.
You know,
Is that a gate of some sort that's beyond the levers?
like
Okay, so let's just focus on that and not so much
Yep,
on that.
yep.
Headaches. When you get to the opening there, you notice that there is a space kind of set in the stone that looks like the stone is less weathered than the stone outside. Upon looking at it, the space that seems to be taken up by this less weathering space is about the same size as that block. The levers seem to be thrown, all but one, and the portcullises that are currently visible on there are actually up. Beyond them, there appears to be kind of a raised dais or pool, and set inside of that is a weird ziggurat. And there appear to be sluices kind of exiting out the sides of the pyramid. Upon closer inspection, you would realize that the pool is empty, and so is the top of the ziggurat. Although it does kind of look like there's water and lava in there, it appears that these are not the case. Also, on the ground near the levers are two bodies. It looks like the hand of one has been broken open. These ones are burned.
So the kind of liquid that's in the ziggurat area, is that water or is it lava?
There is no liquid in there at all.
So
It does show that it
completely
currently-
dry.
Dry.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it looks like some sort of red marble-ish.
Hmm.
Yep.
And you say one of the levers is thrown.
One of the levers is not thrown, the rest are.
So what? I wonder if we throw that last lever, if something would happen back here at that raised area. Matt, any ideas?
maybe.
No idea. No idea. My guess is maybe it controls either the portcullis or something that will kill us.
Hawk I want to try the lever that's not thrown and do
So
that.
you're throwing the lever.
Is that okay with you?
The second you throw the lever, you hear a kathunk sound, and then a loud dung, jing, jong, 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 jong from the ziggurat. Your presumption is that some false bottom fell out inside of the ziggurat, and something heavy and metal just fell down into the ziggurat, further deeper into it. It's really loud. In fact, you can hear the sound echoing out of the grates to your right and to your left.
Fool of a took.
That's right. So let's just sort of be
Boom.
quiet for a moment and listen. Do we
You
hear
hear a
any?
splash,
Splash.
but it doesn't sound like a watery splash.
And if I just pop back over here, any change with this area?
Nothing.
So we can put the stone in the hole over here, right? If we wanted to.
As you guys are kind of quiet and waiting, and then you're kind of thinking about it, and you're about to start negotiating, you hear this very loud sound, this raucous, coming from the west.
Oh fuck.
Do you want to go check it out, Hawk? You and I?
Yeah, we should bottleneck it to.
Yeah.
As you guys
the-
turn and kind of like face off against it, you see light kind of sprawling out throughout the chamber before you move too far forward.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll move back a little bit.
It seems like light is kind of coalescing down the hallway, very similar in kind to the Balrog. When its light started to blaze through. You see that something appears to be coming back this way. As you guys are set and prepared, every one of you needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
You all get a +5 because you're awesome. This is my
I think
weakest
I failed
one
it,
for
guys.
sure.
This is like
Wait a minute, something's not right. Shouldn't I get my bonus for my because my bonus isn't added in for my charisma to my saves for some reason. So like that 17 should really
You
be.
don't get your bonus from your aura.
Yeah, but isn't there something that gives me like I get a bonus of my charisma to all my saves?
Sounds about right.
So
Sounds about
we
right.
each get 5 bonus from being around Malik.
If You're
Yeah.
within 10 feet of him, yeah. So not Boo or Zelbor.
oh,
I'll
that's
look it
fine.
up real
Oh,
quick.
wait a second, let me roll for Boo.
Yeah, it's me or an ally within 10 feet gets charisma modifier to saving throws. So mine should be actually
Oh.
5 higher.
Okay. That's fine. Regardless, this is DC 13. It looks like you all made it. You see this coalescing form of flame kind of bolting towards you. As it gets closer, you realize that it's 3 points of light, 3 small points of light that kind of join together and create this ball of heat around them. As it passes by you and overhead, you guys kind of like duck away, and it doesn't seem to affect you. When it comes to its terminus, it ends with all 3 points lingering over the ziggurat,
No.
and they finally stop like emanating their flame, and you realize what they are. It appears to be 3 methods. One appears to be completely just fiery with black smoke rising up off of it. One of them seems to be fiery, but it looks like the lower portion of it appears to be dripping like magma. And one of them seems to be fiery, but it seems that steam is billowing off of it like a steam engine. And the 3 of them look at you, and in unison, one with a darker voice, one with a lighter voice, and one with just a regular voice, they say, "We are the Triumvirate of Fire. We have been summoned back here because you have failed. You have failed, you foolish ones."
I say, stand down, my fiery friends. You do not want to make me or my giant water friend here angry. So please stand down.
Did
I'm
they,
making it-
they looked at each other, and they start like whispering to each other in Ignan, or the fire language. And then they look back to you and like, "Did you not hear us? We said, you have failed. That is why we have returned."
We don't accept failure.
Yes,
Next week.
just
Well,
tell
that's
us
not
where
failing.
Sven is. Tell us where Sven is, the serpent, and we will leave you be.
Sven is below.
How have we failed?
We
Did you know
failed
the riddle?
No,
we
we didn't.
we were freed by the last ones. You
Well, what
attempted
was-
the riddle and you failed. And
We
they
know.
they point to the lever that you threw.
Oh,
Right,
that
right,
was a
right.
riddle.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why we never touch levels.
all right. Well, how would you guys like to surrender?
What do you mean,
Wow.
cigarette? Are we fighting? They look at each other.
No, we're not fighting. We just want to continue on. So,
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
Hold on
Oh.
1 second.
Well.
What even was this riddle? Just out of mere curiosity, since we completely overlooked it.
oh yeah, no, it was the levers.
The Triumvirate was bound here long ago by those who worshipped the six-headed one. When we were bound here, we were here to keep guard over the ring of the Vazriel King.
Hmm.
The others freed us, and they thought that that was their goal when they took to the levers. They did not, however, enter into the ziggurat and take what was rightfully theirs. And when you failed and threw the lever, you ruined any chance of receiving that gift.
So,
And unfortunately, we are bound to make sure that you're aware of your failure.
Oh, okay. What does this ring do anyway?
The ring of the Vazriel King?
Yeah. What's so great about it?
I don't know. It looks over to all of you. None of you are human, so you probably wouldn't like it very well. It's one of them kind of looks at you and goes, "Well, it's got historical value. A lot of people try and get it." And it kind of points to the dead bodies on the ground near you. And a lot of them failed.
This seems so pointless. I don't know why humans are dumb. We're leaving.
Oh, wait a minute. What about
Guys!
have you guys seen any sort of sorcery or any such thing? Move up a little bit.
The sword of sorcery was used to cut. The sword of sorcery was used to create and craft the stone here. What do you know about the sword of sorcery?
Hmm.
One of them kind of looks to the middle one and says something in Ignan.
Well,
Yes, perhaps. And he looks to Malik. You are more important than we anticipated.
Well, I have to tell you, I have to get the Sword of Sorcery so I can end a curse on me. Because, you see, I have the blood of Tovash Nirnan in me. Because I am his descendant. So I must get this to end the curse.
Well, then you must go down to the pit. That is where Svenin lived. That is where Svenin reigned. Well, that is where Svenin was put.
Did Sven escape?
No.
Oh.
He's still down there. They said he's still down there.
Oh, okay. I guess I got that now.
What burned holes through the stone?
They all point at each other.
But
not
you.
Not themselves. They point at the other ones.
Yeah.
They're like blaming the other one.
Did you destroy the town?
No. Wait, what did you say, Matt?
Oh, I was saying Zelbor just points to all of them.
All of them just like
I'm
this.
just sort of like,
Duh. Town. No.
yeah.
All right.
These guys are not going to destroy the town. They're
Right.
When we left, we were looking for the Fount of Flame up on Old Storm's Eye. We rested there for a time and played with the bagmen. But then we were called back by you.
Well, we apologize for that. We did not mean to disturb you.
The magma one starts to kind of float down and kind of move towards you guys. Specifically towards Hawk.
You better get up front here, Hawk.
Okay. He's really hot. Like, as he gets close to you, you kind of feel this like warmth kind of beating up inside of your armor and your forehead. And he kind of looks at you and he goes,
I hate heat.
You were here. You did not have those ears. I remember you. The other two say, we remember you. And they start to kind of float towards them towards the magma one behind him as well. So they kind of like start oscillating, like floating in a circle behind him. And he kind of like looks into your eyes. His eyes start to glow kind of hot with lava. And he says, It is you, the Vazriel King.
So then the ring is mine?
You have failed the riddle, but we will give you a question. We will give you a chance. What is your quest?
I seek the Holy Grail.
What's your favorite color?
Damn it, you ruined it.
We're a bunch of nerds. What do you expect?
I know, really.
It would have been, what is your name? What is your quest? Yeah. What is your favorite color? Yellow. Oh!
Yeah, that was the best.
What is your quest?
Looking through my notes. I want that sword. What's the name of the sword that we were in that place?
I literally just said it. The Sword of Sorcery.
So that is the sword?
The Sword of Ultimate Sorcery.
Yeah.
Sword of Ultimate Sorcery.
Yeah, but I think I have to get it. You already have one of those other swords.
What is the purpose for you to have this sword? What do you wish to do with it?
I said that too, Hawk.
You said it too?
I said it a second ago. I said I wanted to come and get the Sword of Sorcery to get rid of the curse that...
The curse of Tovash Nirnan.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told him.
Can we mention what is the monster that's over there and
right. The worm.
The worm that walks.
Oh yes, that worm is the worst.
That guy.
They kind of look to each other and start whispering in Ignan, and one of them kind of just slips into common for a second and says, Sindiscray would hate this. And they kind of look at Zelbor wearily.
Oh, Zels, that's right. That's so Sindiscray is Zel, Devunray is Mel.
But they kind of look at each other and then start whispering in Ignan again, the fire language.
Can I, hear them?
Yeah. Do you have tongues up?
Yeah, I have tongues. I'm casting that on myself.
Are you casting it now? Or did you already have it?
Level 6 clenched fist.
That was the wrong one. Actually, no, I'm going to hold.
Okay. They finally look to you and say, "We will get you the ring, but you must promise to go down below and deal with Svenninson, the children of Sven."
The children of Sven.
Hmm.
Will you show us the way?
No.
Wait a minute, didn't he tell us we had to go down the ziggurat?
They point to Mel and the white orb he's holding in his hand. You already have the key. Just descend down.
Okay, guys, we can do that.
Children of Sven, are they like Sokar or anything?
No.
Okay,
What's a Sokar?
nothing you need to worry about.
Great. And they kind of like float back, move to over the pyramid, and they all three just descend down. Light kind of like exits the room, except that which Mel has present. Then they rise back up with a treasure chest and just throw it out. It kind of slams against the stone and rolls, and it almost for a second feels like it's just going to barrel through Hawk, but then it lands perfectly on its bottom right in front of him.
Nice.
Cool.
It appears during its movement, it seemed to be kind of jostling its mouth opening, but it stops.
All right, guys. After you're done opening that, we're gonna like equipment up and go down and kick that thing's butt.
What the heck?
I see a head.
I see the top of a head.
What do you mean, my head?
No, not you, Andy.
What happened to Andy?
Which was suddenly in
We saw the top of a head. I don't know. I'm
Top.
just waiting for him to open his chest.
Hold on.
Yeah, come on, man. Hey, you know what? While he's doing that, do you want to plop in my water elemental? Because it hasn't been an hour yet. Probably one. It should be like right.
No, it's
there.
fine. He's there
Sorry about
behind
that.
you.
But yeah, that was my partner.
It's fine.
So
You open the chest.
and put the ring on.
Inside, you see two things, not just a
Okay.
ring. You see that there is a ring. It's not like a ring like you're thinking. It's actually kind of like a finger sleeve.
Hmm.
And then you also see that there is a dagger made completely out of bronze setting in there. It's kind of an older style, and it seems to have kind of like a jeweled handle. The jewels are not very refined in their cuts, and it has a very old world kind of feel to it. Very Vazriel.
Okay. I will hold on to both of those.
Okay.
Perhaps I could show them to anything magical about this, I would ask.
Both are magical. When you take up the knife, though, you hear this whisper in the back of your head, "Give it to someone else."
Oh.
So then he stabs us.
It seems like an angry and bitter female.
Ah, so jealous.
A jealous
we
sword.
don't-
Hold on.
Who wants a dagger?
Hold on. Put it down for a second. I want to.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Can I take 10 minutes?
Sure.
While he's doing that, I'm going to examine the ring sleeve, the finger sleeve.
Sure. And we'll say that he can identify it with the same casting. That's fine. The ring, it's just a ring of protection, from what you can tell. But on further inspection, you realize that as long as you're wearing it, you automatically stabilize while in the dying state.
Nice.
The dagger appears to be a +2 dagger, but it deals additional damage instead of +2 additional damage equal to your proficiency modifier.
Oh.
Ooh.
And
Think
on
Boo
a
wants
crit, it deals an additional 25 damage.
Ooh, that's baller.
It is. Oh, man.
You said it made a voice in your.
That was my sword.
His sword
My
said,
was
"Don't take
saying,
another weapon."
Don't take the other weapon.
Yeah.
You're loyal to me.
I'm going to just pick up the dagger for right now.
It feels
have
right.
it.
It feels right in your hand.
That's pretty heavy dagger there. Nice.
Well, like
So
daggers
it's
are
a
not the
ring of
only-
protection. I'm sorry, go ahead, Matt.
It's a ring of protection.
Daggers,
Plus one.
daggers
one?
are like the only weapon I can use. That and a rapier.
And also, while you are wearing it and are attuned, well, to have it, because I think rings of protection require attunement. But as long as you have it on and you're in the dying state, you automatically stabilize.
Yeah, I'm just.
That's
trying
sweet.
All right, you said it's extra damage equal to proficiency bonus.
Yeah, so it'd be +5. I think that's our proficiency bonus at this level.
+5. Yeah.
25 extra on a crit.
And
That is
25
sweet.
extra damage on a crit.
You could use that to mercy kill somebody when they're like it's an auto crit attack, anyways.
As you're
So-
inspecting the dagger, like with Identify, you'll note that the blade's bronze on its edges seems to be kind of acid edged, and it seems to have kind of like a serrated kind of cut into the edge of the blade. And you'll note that the bronze on the outside and the bronze on the blade end are two different kind of textures and colors. It seems that the bronze at the center has been completely hardened. And you think the forging process and also the magic that's been bound to it is what makes it so keen.
Sweet.
It's a vicious knife. That's not what it's called. It's just, dang it, magic item terminologies. Anywho, the Triumvirate said that you have the key, Mel. The orb is the key. After they say this, they say, "Good luck, King of the Bazariel," and they all kind of become the coalesced form of three and dart out the same way they came in.
We don't happen to hear this faintly. Have fun storming the castle.
Yeah,
Or
they
anything
do
like
say,
that.
"Have fun storming the castle."
All right, fine. Sweet, guys. Let's go and let's do this. Now that you're all like, have all your stuff.
If you put the thing in the thing, the floor, or there becomes a handle. If you push the handle straight forward, it kind of goes to the point where you're pushing it to where the stairwell was, and then the stairwell rises back up out of the ground or comes down actually from the ceiling as the block descends down. So there's a stairwell that descends down.
Can we pause for a second?
Certainly.
So I think at this point I have more than 3 items that require attunement.
Okay.
So I would want to take the Ring of Protection that's not the one with auto stabilize and wonder if anyone else wants it. In other words, I have another Ring of Protection.
I have a 19 AC, so I don't necessarily need one.
Do you already have 3 items that can attune to you, Mel?
I don't think so, because a lot of my items, I was just checking them before we played, actually, and a lot of them are rare, but they didn't have, like, attunement.
What is your AC, Zell? Yeah. Might as well take
what's
the
yours,
ring and make
Zell?
it 20.
Like, mine, like, a lot of my things are, like the Bowl of Commanding Water doesn't require attunement. The Cape of the Montbank doesn't require
You'd be a
attunement.
better tank if you had a 20 AC.
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, if you want
I
to give it
already
to me.
I can't take it, so.
He has 2 rings of protection. One's
Yeah,
special,
alright.
one's not.
Sweet. I will take a Ring of Protection out.
Great.
I won't kick that out of bed.
Yeah, and I already have a Ring of Protection +2, so I'm.
Ooh, that's sweet.
Okay. We'll go ahead and flip back to theater. You guys descend down.
Yes.
As you do, you would note that it kind of leads down to a hallway. There's a double door. The doors seem to be ajar. And when you enter into them, you see that there is a very familiar looking kind of chamber to you. Those of you that got in to see the Beholder's corpse back at the shrine, or the Tomb of Derlithoth. It's very much the same. There are statues all about, but in the center of this room, there's just an empty pit with kind of a greenish hue of energy kind of glowing up from it. It looks like it's just a hole in the ground.
What do you think, guys?
I think we need to go down that hole.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have any rope.
Wait, what'd you say, Matt? Oh, rope?
Does anyone have any rope?
Oh, that's a good point.
You can't see how far it goes down. There is kind of a greenish kind of hue to everything, but you're not certain how far down it is. Does someone want to try and, cast light on something and throw it down, or?
I could do that, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I believe as a Wayfinder, I can cast light as a cantrip now. So I'll cast it on like just like an unlit torch or something and drop it down there. So it's a light torch.
You toss it, and as it kind of exits your hand into the green light, it slows. It doesn't fall as fast as you think it should. And it takes a while for it to go down, but it seems to be going down for some time. But it seems that this green aura or field seems to be slowing the descent of anything that drops into it.
Geronimo!
Yeah. Ooh, that's really weird. I don't like that.
So,
What do you think?
You're pretty sure that all four of you, if you stand side by side and kind of jump in together, you could core go down together, or you could do it one by one, your choice.
that would be so sweet.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Do you guys want to do it?
I push Mel in.
All right. I'll have my water come with me, so at least I'm going with somebody else.
The water elemental will have to go after you guys. It can't go.
Bummer.
You can do 4. It's like it's a 10 by 10.
Let's do it.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I could be in the square with the water and just be like breathing in it.
You could.
No, nobody else
The water
could.
elemental's 10 foot wide, so nobody else could.
Nobody else
Just
could
let
be
it-
in there.
It'll drop after you. It's fine. But if you guys are all going in together, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
great.
do it.
Yep, let's do it.
As you descend down, you realize that the air around you is kind of wide open. You're pretty sure that the pit that you've just jumped on into is about 160 to maybe 200 feet wide. As you kind of start to see the ground approaching, you realize that it's kind of got a bowl shape at its bottom. It looks like it's almost kind of like a coliseum. 1 second here. Hawk, Mel, Boo,
It's a Hawkaseum.
and Zell. And Zell. And switch.
Switching.
That is what you basically will be seeing. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Looks
The
good.
place that you land, there are a total of 8 pillars, kind of standing maybe about 10 feet above you. At the tops of these, you see kind of clear glass globes set in the stone. And then out from you, there appear to be, in the larger Colosseum portion, it looks like identical pillars, but these ones rise about 30 feet high with the globes set atop them. There appear to be Vazriel markings all along the pillars.
You're
and-
cutting out a little bit.
Nope.
That's
All right, somebody hold up the technical issues sign and just.
yes.
He knows.
Stand by.
He's restarting Discord.
Yeah, because I mentioned that he started to cut out. That wasn't just me hearing him, right? That was you guys
Right.
too.
No,
All
right.
right.
I could
That's
hear him
good.
perfectly fine.
Really? He kept cutting out. I mean, it wasn't. It started out not real bad, but then it got worse.
Yeah, I could hear him fine, but if you guys were having problems, then
We're trouble.
yeah.
We're the trouble children here. Hey, well, oh wait, he's fixing it.
Nope.
Nope, can't hear ya. Son of a
I
gun.
think he needs to get a new mic.
Hey, Andy.
Yep.
How do you get your +1 ring to actually work? It's not showing up when I added it to my character sheet, but it's on my equipment list.
So
So, like,
see.
My AC didn't automatically pop up one though. It didn't ask me like what plus it was or anything like that.
Right. So when you hold on.
Is it under the armor AC section?
Well, I have it under the equipment section. Should I put it under the armors?
Put it on the armored one and set it to plus
Okay.
to 1 armor.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not going to come up.
All right.
I can hear you.
Good.
Yep.
All
Great.
right.
That was a headache and a half. Okay, so what did I cut out?
When you're describing like there are globes on top of the pillars near us, but then after that there were some other pillars.
There are pillars that are outside of that, like kind of in the ring of the Colosseum, and they appear to be 30 feet high, but they have the similar structure. They have globes set up top of them. Zelbor, from what you can tell, there appear to be kind of handprints as well like painted into the runes or onto the runes on the pillars that are near you, not on the pillars that are a distance away. Just across the way from you to the east, there is a square pool. Inside of that pool appears to be water that seems to be kind of roiling. You assume, Malik, that it's kind of like a font, a place where water kind of manifests. To the south of you, there's a statue of a Vazrael king warrior, and the features of it do look very similar to Hawk.
Ooh.
Last but not least, the ground and everything around you appears to have kind of a white hue to it. It's almost as if everything's kind of covered in a white dust. But as you kind of take in your surroundings and kind of gather what's going on here, you start to realize that it's pulverized bone. And the entire place smells like bone, like dust. If you've ever been to the dentist and they've drilled on you,
Oh yeah.
that smell
Gross.
is the smell that you're currently smelling.
I hate that smell.
Yeah, I can't say I like it.
I'm going to ask each one of you, and I'll ask Matt twice, but I'll ask him afterwards a second time for Boo, what you're doing. So Hawk, immediately once you step down, just exactly what you're doing. One thing.
I'm gonna go to the statue and check it out.
Okay. You're kind of taken aback by the similarities. It is a bit like more kind of rudimentary statue, but there is kind of a very noticeable resemblance, to be sure. Setting just underneath it, there is a small little like round divot, and set inside of that divot is a black orb.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Does it look like the orb that I saw in the chest of the...
You know that it's the orb.
I know that it's the same orb. Shit.
You actually feel it calling to you.
What is it saying?
It's yours. You know it's yours.
I'm gonna put my hand on my sword and sort of pay attention to that. Is it saying anything to me?
You don't hear any whispers or anything from her. Make a perception check, but use any mental stat you want. Intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, your choice.
I would like to try that again. I'm gonna use this one. No, actually not. Is that a saving throw? It's not a saving throw, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, then I will use lucky.
Okay. Lucky requires a reroll. Perfect. Going with that?
I'll go with that.
Okay. You don't hear anything. Like anything from her at all.
Crap.
But you know that's yours. In fact, you really do want it. You don't know why. It just feels like it's something you should pick up. We'll get to the wisdom saving throw here in a bit. Zelbor, what are you doing?
I mean, Zelbor was also kind of
Interested in the statue you cut out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably would have walked with Hawk.
Head on over there. And you're not interested in the pillars and the weird hand shapes that are on them?
Not at first. Like, I'm kind of intrigued by the statue. I'll check. Later.
Okay. Sure. Mel, what are you doing?
Well, I will tell you what. My instinct would be to go to the water, but after all the time I've spent with these guys, I know it's better if I get into
Give us your bonuses.
formation here. I think that's 40 feet. I think I can move 40 feet. Let me just double check that.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about speed. Don't worry about that. That's fine.
I would move actually, since I could move more. I would probably move right next to him. And I'd say,
don't worry about your speed. You can move anywhere on the map if you.
Oh, okay.
We're not.
I would. That's fine. Then I would just move there.
Okay, and then Boo. What is Boo doing?
He's moving to the water.
Okay. So as you guys kind of are starting to your things, and you're kind of feeling this weird call in your mind, like this just strange sensation that is your orb. Make your wisdom saving throw, and then everybody else a little bit more savvy. You start to hear what sounds like the roar of 6 creatures coming from the east.
I'm going to take that throw again. Now I'm going to use the Indomitable.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no. Sometimes that happens.
Okay, let's roll it again.
Shit. +5.
No, Malik doesn't add to this.
No? Okay.
Okay. You know it's yours. You do want it, but you're not like compelled or anything magically to pick it up.
I'm not going to.
Perfect. That's fine. You hear the roar of 6 creatures coming from the distance to the east, and then you start to feel the ground shake.
Boo. To us.
Or why don't we go to him in that direction?
Or whatever, we should just form up. That's fine.
Yeah. Let's form up right at the cross of the
Do you
area.
see anything in the water?
Form up.
It very, very, very quickly becomes evident that coming from the distance to the east, out from a cave area over that way, a very, very, very large form is kind of entering into the chamber, bigger than the dragon. You see that it has 6 thrashing heads, well, 5 thrashing heads, and 1 head that seems a bit more somber and reserved. It appears to be a gigantic 6-headed creature. Its body has just a very malnourished kind of look to it, but you can tell that this thing has eaten recently. It has blood all over its face. You're not sure how recently, but yeah.
Try to reason with it.
We might. Do you think we can reason with this thing?
Go for it, Kevin. That's your thing.
All right. I will step forward then, so it doesn't automatically come and eat you guys. All right. I say, we come in peace.
Is that really what's happening?
I'm gonna try it. Sure. I'm gonna see if it even talks to me. Does it talk to me? Or-
It charges very quickly as you kind of take and leave a moment open for me, and it's going to attack you with several of its heads.
I'm gonna try to dodge. I'm gonna try to dodge those heads. No, I'm not putting my arm in its mouth.
You're getting a total of 5 attacks.
All right, we do not have any doubt now that it is going to try to kill us. All right, you might want to plop my water down there because I'm gonna probably start using that soon.
24, 23, 22, 23.
Anything 20 or over will hit.
So let me just add up the damage.
That's gonna hurt,
That's
guys.
all.
You're taking a total of 50 damage.
Ooh, that hurts, but I'm not dead yet.
Oh wait, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more.
Come on, go 19 or something.
So a total of 64.
Ooh,
So
let's see.
14 more from that.
It's not good.
So what you
All
guys
right.
watch is Malik says, "Ho there, talky talk," and then
The opposite mistake that Chad made.
one
the
grabs,
opposite.
It's the opposite.
one grabs onto his leg and pulls up as the other one snaps and grabs at his shoulder and tears. You feel the pauldron rent from your shoulder as the next one comes in and bites right at the same spot. Very snappish, like a serpent would. The next one kind of snaps at your gut and bends this metal of your armor in a bit. And the last one kind of clocks you on the side of the head as you're basically just kind of torn. You kind of humble back. You can, if you want to, move back 5 feet. No opportunity attacks or anything. Just for dramatic effect. If you want to back away, I'll allow it. Because it just...
Yeah, I'll back away a little bit.
Okay.
Say,
I
it doesn't want to talk.
I believe this is where we go to initiative.
Initiatize. Well, I wasn't too happy with that.
Hawk has all the initiatives.
Ooh, yeah.
And poor
You-
Malik's gonna die.
No, I'm all right for now. Guess what? I cast on myself before all this shit happened.
Good idea.
Death Ward. That was a good
It
idea.
was prophetic.
Yes, I knew I was going to die. Well, I'm not totally dead yet. I'm only half dead.
Not dead yet. I feel happy.
Are we gonna do? Or we're doing Monty Python online? All right.
Yeah.
Hot.
Malik is like bloody. Like there are tears and rents into his blue flesh as he backs away from it. What would you like to do?
So can you tell me again about the different heads? One head seemed a little bit more melancholy. Is that what you said?
There are 5 that are moving around that are very bestial. There's a white albino head that seems to be kind of focusing and looking at each one of you with a more calculating and like logical, like it doesn't appear to be like savage like the 5 that just ripped Malik apart.
Can I target that head?
You can attempt to, yeah.
Kill the white head.
So I'm not sure if I'm in the right position to do that. It's just really hard to tell.
If you're adjacent to it, you're adjacent to it.
Super. So I want to target that particular head.
Go ahead and make an attack.
So I'm going to do my 3 attack deal.
Certainly. That'll hit. Okay.
I'm still going.
Okay. That is a total of... Oh, hold on a second, sorry. Apologies. So when you hit the white head the first time, it attacks you back with one of its heads. It seems to be provoking an opportunity attack.
Okay.
23 hits your AC, right?
It just does.
9 damage from the first one. Your second attack hits as well. It will kind of snap another head at you as a reaction to that. That one will miss. And then your last attack will also hit, but it'll react. It will hit with this reaction. You'll take 14 damage from it. But as it kind of moves in and you attack at the white head, the other head that comes in to kind of like guard against it, you kind of snap into it with that blade, and because you've done so much damage to the Hydra, it will actually take the blow for its leader, and its head comes flying off. Not the white one.
Okay, now I'm going to do second wind and go again.
You mean action surge?
Action surge, sorry. Action surge and go again at the white head.
Okay.
Just going to Nova here.
Do it.
Okay.
So I'll just pause. Okay, so do you want to take the react, or how does that work? Just.
So I have, let's see, I have 1 head less, so I can take 1 more reaction. So yeah, I'll go ahead and bite you. That'll crit. Take 30 points of damage.
Okay, so I'll do 2 more attacks.
Okay, and I'm out of reactions.
Fuck you.
Miss. One more.
I clicked it.
Okay, so miss.
I want to use lucky to reroll that.
Okay. That's 2 points of lucky so far.
That would be 2 points so far.
That'll work. Actually, hold on, let me do math. 17. 21. Yeah, that'll hit.
Wait, did the 16 missed, right?
So the first 16 missed, and then I rolled a second 16 and did a lucky, and then I hit it.
Yeah. But he only just hit it.
Wow.
At 25, he only just hit it. Good to know.
So is that whitehead still hanging?
The whitehead's fine. Every time you attack at it, the ones that are kind of interceding seem to be kind of moving to guard it. It seems like when you moved to attack the whitehead, the other heads kind of moved in to strike at you when you did. That's why they were kind of pivoting it with the reactions, and why it's provoking opportunity attacks for attacking that head. You hit the white head a couple of times in their striking, but it didn't seem that you would cut into it because the other ones were kind of moving into block. Out of character, we'll talk about why system-wise it's not working as you planned it. It'll make sense to you afterwards. I promise.
Okay, I understand. So at the end, Hawk will sort of turn to Zell and say, "Fireball."
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
All right. Boo.
Bonus action. What is its current HP?
It is currently at 269 hit points.
Oh, fuck.
Good thing to know, guys. 269.
That's bad. I need some healing.
I am going. Well, yeah. I'm going to attack it 3 times, and I'm going to make the last one a shadow arrow, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Just as a question, I roll the attacks and then I add it afterwards, right?
Yeah. No, the shadow portion, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll roll the attack, and then the last one you'll roll the attack, and then click the shadow part.
Gotcha.
Should be the way it goes. That'll hit. That'll hit. And that'll hit.
Nice job.
36.
36 plus. Does the psychic damage seem to?
The psychic damage. Yeah, it works, but Boo would know that it doesn't seem to be working as well as he'd like.
Right.
It appears to be resistant to the psychic damage.
Gotcha.
All right, Zelbor.
Oh, also, you need to succeed on a wisdom able to 5 feet from you.
Repeat that again. Oh, it's right there. I see it. Never mind. Hold on. Okay.
I made sure to do that one because that way we can hopefully.
Okay. It seems to be 19. Good. Yeah. I didn't see that there was a DC.
Let me check and see what DC is. I'm not seeing it written on.
I'm sure it's less than 19. I got a gut feeling.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Cool.
Just barely a 19.
Okay. So Zelbor.
Right. Oh no, mine's an 18. Yeah, his is a 13. There we go. I found it.
Okay.
Crap. Yeah, Yeah. Do this.
Okay. And you're casting it as 3rd level. Okay. The second the spell goes flying off towards it, you see that the mote of fire energy, as it propels towards it, actually vanishes in midair, about 5 feet away from the form. Hawk, you can make a perception check, wisdom perception, if you'd like.
Okay.
Also, do I notice anything extra about it with True Sight?
Yeah, you would actually see that there's a glowing kind of amulet around the whitehead neck. Upon closer inspection, I forgot the True Sight thing. Upon closer inspection and focus on it, it appears that there's an enchanted amulet around its neck.
Oh.
Rah.
Right.
All right. Anything?
Hold on a second. I'm going to. Yeah, Hawk. Something about a necklace. Go be amazing.
Yes.
All right. Cool. All right. At the start of its turn, it will regenerate.
Yay.
Oh no.
I was wondering if it was going to be
The head that was cut off, protecting the white head, splits into 3 heads. Not 2 like a regular Hydra.
Nice.
No, it's not nice.
It's a Tridra.
I don't think it's Bydra, so why would it be?
I don't know. It just sounds cool.
As a bonus action, it'll make a single attack at Malik.
Oh, what a bonus action.
17 misses.
Yay.
Then it will turn all of its heads, like primary, onto Hawk. So a total of, let's do math, 4 plus 3 is 7. 1,
Bye,
2,
guys.
3, 4,
Don't
5,
die.
6, 7. Crit, miss. Hit, miss.
What
So,
hits, John.
one's a crit,
Yeah.
and then a miss, and then a hit. Do you want to try something with it?
I want to know the number.
I don't tell you the number if you're trying to cutting words me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you it's a crit, but I won't tell you what it is.
It's
He's
gonna
gonna.
be bad.
Do you want to cutting words the second hit?
Yeah, I'm going to try to do
Okay. If you roll a 1, you block it. It's dead on 23.
Okay.
So, good choice. The next one hits, and then the last 2 don't. Okay, so that would be 25 plus 12. So, and actually, you blocked a lot of damage on that one, by the way, just to make it feel better.
Thank you.
37 points of damage from the attacks.
That hurts.
Ooh.
Definitely hurting.
Okay.
You're in bad shape, brother.
And
Guys, don't worry. If shit goes south, I have to.
that'll happen on 20. Oh no! This. Okay. Okay. I need the two of you to make a strength saving throw, please.
+5.
DC is 18. So Hawk's good.
Oh, sorry. I was kind of... Strength, huh? Oh, mine is not going to come up right. I need to add 5 to this, I think. Holy crap.
You're both good. You are currently inside of it, so you can move to any space that's adjacent that's no longer inside of its square. It attempted to overrun you both.
Oh, but now we can move inside it?
No, outside of it.
Oh, I thought you said we're like right under its feet. I thought you meant, but
Yeah, it did try to run you over, so you guys have backed away from it.
where are you moving? I'm gonna follow my buddy here.
I'm gonna stick with the white head.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll stick right here. I'm not gonna be.
All right. Mel.
Mel. Okay. I have this new ability now, guys. I don't have to actually touch you to give lay on hands. So it's more like I give you a nod, and you can gain hit points. So, all right. So as a bonus action, I will just dump my entire lay on hands pot right into my buddy Hawk. And I'm going to say, keep it up. You have him on the ropes.
Yeah, right.
So he's going to gain 80 hit points.
Oh,
I'm down to 0. That's like my pot of gold right there. Trying to get hit so much.
that gives me.
All right.
Yeah, I'm only 10 away from full. That's awesome.
Right, but you're going to have to tank for a while. So, I mean, I might have to get the heck out of here. So that was a bonus action. Now, as a...
If you're trying to get away from it, withdraw would probably be your best bet.
Right. Probably my best bet would be if I cast my Dimension Door from my cape.
Oh, yeah, mounteback it.
Yeah. Now, how far away can I get with that?
500 feet.
500 feet.
Grab
All right,
Hawk.
That sounds like a
Can you
horrible...
grab a person with you?
Dimension Door allows you to take a person with you. That is correct.
Oh,
Same size
I will
as
take you
the
with me then. Do you want to go... We can't go any further than our buddy here, so I think it's just going to run up on us.
Yeah, gosh, if you want to leave Zelbor out in the open, I'm
No,
down.
we do not want to do that, and we don't want to leave Boo either.
Hey,
See this look?
guys,
Right.
Do you see this look on my face?
Yeah,
Like, yum yum.
Dimension Door also.
yeah. You can Dimension Door also, but do you want me to take you with me? Hawk?
Shit.
You have to make a split-second decision.
I want to know how many hit points it has.
That's a lot, but
I want you to take me with you. Yeah.
all right. Well then,
169 and
Real quick,
show
You
up
just-
right there then.
you just laid on hands, and the Cape of the Mountebank, is that, it says it casts Dimension Door, right?
I believe so. You know what? I'll click it because I think it says it on there.
Okay.
Ooh, sorry about that. Wait a minute. It may not. I'm gonna click it anyways.
Okay. Yeah, it's not, it's, you can cast the spell Dimension Door as an action. Got it. Okay.
So that's my action, but I'm not gonna go super far away because I don't want to leave.
It's not about that.
Yeah, I know it was about whether or not I could do it. So
No, it's not. Stop. It's not about that.
it's
So-
not-
The second you kind of flutter the cloak to kind of go through it, you see, like, it just kind of dissipate, the magic starts to form, and it doesn't go. You go right back to where you were.
Oh, how sad.
All magic is dispelled.
yeah,
Possibly.
I'm guessing that's what the amulet is. You know, magic.
All right.
You guys
Well,
are kind of on your own. I'm just gonna sit back here.
All
So
right.
that was
Um,
my action, but I still
well,
had technically have a
Make
move.
a perception check.
Perception check. I'm perceiving. Here, guys. Let's do this.
The amulet that glows, you notice that when it glows with 8 points of light. The 8 points of light seem to be very familiar to you in that you think that the pillar shapes seem to match up with them.
Yes, guys, I see that, and I pointed out to my butt. I yell.
It's got 8 points of light on it. It's weird. It's like that.
Yeah.
And then he realizes there's still a bunch of hissing snake heads.
Yeah.
Before you go, I'm going to take a legendary action.
Wait, can I move though?
Yeah.
Actually, now I think about it, I don't want to move. I'll stay where I am. That's fine.
I have 7 heads.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
wait a minute. We did forget one thing, though, and I'm sorry about this. You never plopped my water elemental on there. It would at least be down here by now.
Sorry, the initiative count just rolled. Actually, I did have that planned. Sorry. Because
That's
it
okay.
came down after you. Because of the slowness and speed, it does take it a little while to get down after you guys.
But like lands right on its face, right?
Yeah. Well, it'll be in that square.
It'll be in this square. Okay, so it'll be down like maybe next turn.
Yeah. Why do I not have? I had the token set up and ready to go.
Yeah, you've used it in other games.
I don't know how that happened, but it seems to have disappeared.
I think the Russians hacked into our system.
That's why everything was messing up before.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to ruin our fun.
Jerks.
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to give you control of... Actually, I'm going to hold control of the water elemental, because you just command it to do things. Yeah, there he is.
Yay!
And he lands in that position, and for simplicity's sake, his initiative is the same as yours. Or do you want me to roll him?
Hey, I'm good either way.
Okay.
I'm up for anything, like the Bud Light commercials.
Sounds good. All right, Hawk, you are adjacent, and so are you, Malik. I need the both of you to make Constitution saving throws.
This keeps getting better, guys. +5. Uh-oh.
30.
Yeah, DC on this one is a meager 15, but it looks like you failed it.
I did.
Its 7 heads kind of lower down and start kind of moving like this and oscillating on the ground and around it, and it kind of turns and does so. The bone dust starts to fly up into the air. Hawk, you manage to get your hand over your eye. Mel, not so much. Your eyes start to water, and you feel like razors in your eye sockets. You're blinded for 1 turn.
No!
All right, Hawk, you're up.
So every time I attack the white head, one of the other heads will intercede to take the blow. Is that right?
Let me give you the system stuff. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, because you're perceiving it and you're focusing on it. You feel like you're going to need to get like a really strong slashing hit to cut the head off, like a really solid one. A specific amount of damage I'm not going to tell you. The other heads are interceding on the white head's portion. Whenever an attack is made towards it, they kind of move to it. Attacking it and finalizing an attack provokes an opportunity attack from one of the heads. And it seems to be able to take a reaction for each of the heads, not all of them at once, in that case.
Each attack provokes one of the heads as a reaction.
Correct. And you feel like if you do enough damage to the white head, you can cut it clean off. But it seems to be a bit more than the others. The other thing about a Hydra is if you do so much slashing damage in a round, you cut a head off, which is when you did about 50 damage last turn. That's why one of the heads came off, not the white head.
But then it regenerated 3 more heads. Anytime
a head comes off and isn't affected by a specific amount of damage from a specific source, normal Hydras would be fire and acid, they seal the hole and they don't regain heads.
Wow. Okay. So I'm sorry. So a certain kind of damage would be necessary to seal the head.
Typically, it's fire or acid. Correct.
Wow.
But we don't know for this one.
Normal Hydras only regenerate 2 heads.
Yeah, this is a Tridra.
So now how many heads are there in total?
8, including the white head.
Right.
Oh, sorry. One last point. The heads, when they're interceding, what that means is the creature has its normal base AC, but it seems that the heads interceding in front of the white head increases the AC of the white head.
Okay.
Rules-wise, it has a base AC. Each of the heads grants +2 to that AC. when you attack the whitehead.
I understand. So it's not even worth it attacking the other heads if I don't have the source of damage that's going to seal it off, and it's just going to spout even more.
Hey,
You're forcing me
true.
to attack the white head.
Yep.
Well, you could also attack the body.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because you're taking an attack every time you attack the whitehead, so don't do that shit.
If you specifically want to avoid attacking the heads for slashing them off, you can do that.
And I can just do AC damage to the total.
The Hydra, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, Christ.
If you want a gun for the core, that's fine. I'm okay with that. The way the rules as written, it states that if you do, for a normal Hydra, if you do 25 slashing damage to a Hydra, it cuts a head off. But again, if you're not aiming for a head, I'm not going to do that to you. So if you say I'm gunning for the body and you do a bunch of damage to it, more than the threshold that I have set for this one, I'm not going to have you cut a head off. If you just want to pummel it, go for it.
I think you should pummel it.
Hell, we can even just say that you're just doing a little bit of this action, you know? A little bit of the old stabby.
Stabby. Yeah, let's try that.
The old in, out, in, out.
Bow chicka bow wow.
That'll hit. That'll miss. That will hit.
So that would have missed the white head, right?
Oh, that would have definitely missed the white head, because it had 7 heads instead of 4. Or 5. Yeah. You stab it.
It had 4 heads.
It had 4 heads when it got attacked.
Right, and then one got cut off, so it should have 6 heads. 7.
No. It started with 6. Started with 6.
Oh, okay. One of them was the white head.
There's a white head. It lost 1. Then it gained 3 . Yeah, it's.
Okay, sorry. I thought it had 5,
It is
including the white head. Then it got cut. Okay, we're good.
Total of 8 right now. 1 is the white head. Okay, cool. Hawk, solid. Anything else?
I spit on it.
Out of malice.
Don't like it.
As your spit comes out of your mouth, it tastes like bone dust. Boo.
Boo's just going to shoot the crap out of this.
Smart.
Go for the white head.
I'm just sort of trying to pummel the body.
Okay.
So
Hit, miss.
And then also I want to. I'm trying to keep track of its current HP, right?
Sure. So minus 23. 208.
Okay, and then Boo's going to also move over to there right now.
Okay.
Good call.
Where was he? He was over that letter. Okay.
Yeah, I made sure that he was within his movement speed.
Yeah. Zelbor.
Okay, so Zell is going to.
I think we need a McMansion now.
McMansion.
That'll take 10 rounds to do.
I want a McMansion.
I'm not putting it anywhere near the.
You're casting it from right there?
I was going to back up some too.
Okay. The second the spell appears, you see the hand just start to fade away and dissipate.
Damn it, I'm not outside 60 feet, am I?
It doesn't appear that that's it at all. Make a perception check.
I told you guys what was
Maybe
going
it's
on,
the
didn't
whole
I?
chamber.
Second.
No, it was these little eight balls of light over here. We're doing something.
Then destroy them.
Well, even
I was
if
going
cast it
to.
over like this area, it would have.
Make a perception check for me, Zelbor, because you've cast 2 spells while you're in it, so you might be able to catch on what's going on.
Perception? Probably not.
Maybe.
Wow. That's...
You see the 8 gems on its amulet glow, and just out of the corner of your eye, you see the 8. Like basically, there's a sequence when the spell starts to be cast. You see the amulet glow, Then you see the 8 on the outside kind of just very quickly, faintly just shimmer, and then the 8 around the place where you landed kind of just dull light, just a very faint dull light for a second. So it seems like while you're inside of this ring of pillars, like inside of, well, hold on, inside of the stadium, and not inside of this place here where the water elemental is, your spells are going to continue to fizzle.
Okay, so it's not the 8 pillars out here that's what I thought you were saying. They were glowing.
No. So, like, the amulet glows when you cast the spell, and then in response to that, these start to glow, and that's when the spell dies. But then these have like a dull light, just like for a second.
Okay, yeah, I thought if I was outside of these,
It seems that pretty much anywhere in the area, inside of this stadium, it seems to have that effect. I liked what you're trying to do, but the perception check saves you. You think you have to be here.
Move your water elemental now.
It's delicious time.
I literally have nothing I can do now because we're all out of range of my.
All right.
That's not true. I can inspire. Boo.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that. That's all I can do.
As a bonus action, I'll make a single attack against Malik. Your AC is a 20, correct? I missed by 1. Good thing you got that ring.
Ooh, yes.
All right. I'm going to split the 7 heads fairly. I'm going to go with... Actually, do me a favor. Matt, roll me a d6.
Yeah, you're putting this on me.
Somebody gets the extra attack.
Okay. I need the both of you to make strength saving throws.
Uh-oh. +5 for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Strength. Oh, gosh.
You're good. So you guys can go ahead and move within 5 feet of the creature. As it tries to overrun you, you can back away and get to a position outside of it.
Where are you going? All right. Here.
Then it'll swing with 3 against Malik and 4 against a hawk. So first hawk. 1 hit. 13 damage. And then 3 against Malik. 3 hits.
Ooh.
1 of them a crit.
Ooh.
So 16 plus 23 is 29? No,
29 total?
39. I'm bad at math.
39? Okay. Right. I'm still up.
Okay. And that's it for its turn. It will take its second legendary action for this turn, right before your turn, Malik. It will use it to make a single attack against Malik.
All right.
And it misses.
Hey.
All right. Malik, you're up.
All right. Well,
Withdraw, Malik.
yeah, I'm going to do full withdrawal, so I can go 40. So I'm going to see how far 40 feet is away from this son of a bitch.
You can go up the steps as well if you'd like. It's difficult.
That way?
Yeah, it's difficult terrain to do so, but yeah.
Oh,
Well, no, sorry. It's difficult terrain if you're going up the actual seats. If you're going up the steps, it's not. The middle way. If you go straight up the middle, you're fine.
Okay. I think I want to go down to right here. I'm pointing
Sure.
out.
That's fine.
So, and then when I'm down there, I'm going to yell over to my buddy, who happens to be a water elemental, and say, "Go get that serpent!" And can I control this thing? Or no, you can still control it. So
Okay.
I want it to charge and attack it. But actually, do you want me to do that after I'm all done doing all the other crap I'm going to do?
I mean,
I
do
don't
you
know
have
what else
anything
I
else?
can do. Can I do a bonus action? I don't know what I want to do as a bonus action.
Just,
No, I'm just trying to use all my total abilities. 'Cause I can cast spells as bonus actions too.
can you heal yourself?
I could actually.
Heal yourself.
I will cast as a bonus action. attack, and I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon and plop it like right here.
You see the spiritual weapon manifest, then it dissipates, the amulet glows, the 8 glow outside of it, and then Zelbor, you can see that the ring glows as well.
Right, I just forgot about that, but that's
The ring is a dull light, the outside pillars are flashes, and the gemstones are glowing kind of a greenish, like, actually it'd be more of a, like a purplish kind of color, really. Anywho,
can this thing do slam attacks on this thing now, or multi-attack? Can that water elemental slam attack that?
Oh, right, sorry. I apologize. Let me go ahead and do that. It can slam attack. It cannot whelm it because it's too big. So slam attack is where it goes. It'll go with 2 of them.
Get Tiger. Also, unless unless the monster is attacking it, it has damage resistance, and unless it's magical.
No, Sven's magic. So attack, hit, attack, miss. 13 damage. Okay, cool. Hawk, you're up.
We'll try to do more body blows.
Good. Good.
More hit.
And that's going to hit as well.
Any one of the heads fall off per se?
You said you were attacking the body.
I know. So is that when it takes a certain amount of damage, the heads don't just...
To be sure, are you attempting to try and cut the heads off? That's what I asked before.
Just attacking the body.
Because at last turn, you would have cut a head off, and I would have regrown 1 or 3. So, right. Okay. All right.
Use that. How many HP, Boo?
Don't worry, I'll take care of that.
It is Boo's turn.
Okay, so then how much?
183.
Okay, so I'm going to have to do
hit
3, and then also just because. Or no, wrong one. That's what I meant. Just because. Why not? Action surge.
Yep.
37, 47, 57.
Oh, don't mess with my numbers. I've got it. 26.
Action surges.
Nice job.
Okay. Pro tip for the future: combat site after the attacks. Wink.
Wink, wink.
I can still do the math.
Sure. Zelbor, the Christmas kid.
Okay, is that inside at all?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. In that case, I'm...
However...
Any spell?
Do you want to do anything once you get to that point? Like, maybe investigate the pillar or touch it?
I could investigate it or arcana it or something, yeah. Just take a look at it to see what's going on.
Sure. As you kind of investigate it and just kind of inspect that, it actually ignites the orb on the top. And 1 second here. My brain. It seems to ignite the matching orb on the other side. You guys now see bright lights kind of glowing off in the distance. Very strange. But when you do so, you have this very serene sense that magic is present. Like it feels like there's a lot of magic here. Okay. It'll go to it.
Well, hold on a second. If I would, did the inspecting it take my action?
I would say yeah, probably.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to double check and make sure.
Okay. It feels like inside of the magic that you're in, it feels like there's a certain kind of, I don't know, just pureness to the air around you, and there's just feels like there's a strong sense of magic now in the light.
Right.
Okay. It'll go to it. Its heads kind of seem repulsed by that area. Matt, roll me a d6. Okay. That's too bad. It'll adjust. It's gonna go 4 on Hawk. Actually, free bonus one. Let me go ahead and get that one. I'll go attack Hawk with that. It's gonna miss, and then I'm going to attack 3 on Hawk and 4 on the Water Elemental. Missed, hit. It's a total of 25 points of damage for you, Hawk.
Okay.
And then for the Water Elemental... Oh my. It has a 14 AC, so I'd have a really hard time of missing.
Right.
It takes a bunch of damage.
Water elementals soak up the damage.
They do. They have resistance to almost all attack types.
That was
unless
a
it's magical.
pun, Kevin.
I know it was good though, but
as it's ripping into it, you would expect it to be doing less, but it seems to be like biting into the flesh of the water thing and actually slurping it out. It seems to be very effective.
darn it.
Yeah. So that is 72 points. Okay. Yeah, it's also bloodied, the water elemental. It goes to Malik, but before you go, I'm going to go ahead and use my legendary action from Svenin. One of my 2 for the turn to attack the water elemental again. That'll work. So minus 20 more. And then Mel, go ahead.
All right. Oh, fun times, guys. All right, I'm going to dash. And when I dash, I'm going to be dashy about it.
Dash.
I'm going to go from where I am. Oh, yeah. He saved every one of us. Going to go right there. 75 feet away. My speed is 40, so that's a dash for you. That is the definition of a dash. All right, guys. Hey, how you doing? We can cast spells in here, right? That's what I say. So, that's a dash. So that's basically all my turn because I can't do anything else, right? Unless it's a bonus action.
Yeah. Did you
know
make
what I can do? Oh, go ahead.
Did you make an Arcana check, Matt, when you touched the thing? If that was your action?
No, you didn't ask me to.
I'm sorry. I thought I did. I apologize. Go ahead and do that real quick for me. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So basically, what you're picking up, because I don't think I've got it put down enough, but I'll go ahead and throw it out to you. The light. You can cast spells anywhere the light is present.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So basically, if you knew what you were doing when you came down here, touching the place a bunch would have been the thing to do, and then you wouldn't have been flubbing spells.
All right. Well, can I touch like some of these that are near me, or is that an action?
It's an action. Do it.
I will do. I still have a bonus action left on my turn. I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon and place it right there, if that's considered in the light, right on top of that.
Yeah, it's fine.
SOB. All right. I suppose when I cast that, don't I get like? Let me click on it. I think I get an attack.
It's going to attack it afterwards, right?
I think it attacks it on that turn.
Okay, so then apologies. The second it appears and starts to swing in towards the Hydra, it dissipates. Because it's outside of the light.
But the Hydra's inside.
No, the Hydra's in the light right there. That's where they intersect.
No, he's not in there. They're touching. It's close. It's not...
Oh, so that doesn't count?
Touch poles.
Yeah. Your spiritual weapon would have to come out of the light to touch it. And that's what's stopping it.
So it gets dispelled at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm done. That will be my turn.
All right. Before the round completes, it'll take one more legendary action because, like I said, it has 2. And it will use it to bite the crap out of that water element.
Oh. I think should attack first before it goes, because it goes on my turn.
No, the water elemental went.
Oh, it went before me?
Didn't it?
No, it did go once, but then it got wailed on. It's almost dead, and I figured It'll go one more time, and then it's going to be dead, probably.
Okay, let's go ahead and swing.
Two
Oh, that's a
attacks.
crit, and that's a miss. So 19 damage. Not bad.
And then it's going to peace out because it knows it's going to get killed.
Minus 19.
I drink your water elemental.
And I do hit it, but I don't kill it. So it's got one more bout of it going. Actually, 24, Hawk, you're up.
Hawk is going. What is Hawk gonna do? What is he gonna do?
Daniel Day-Lewis, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move over here. Okay.
Yikes. Alright. That'll work. No.
Let's see. Let's do a lucky. One more lucky.
Last lucky.
Oh, I have one after this.
You have 3 total, right?
I have 4 total because I had that
Right.
boon. Remember that thing?
I'm thumbs up, and yeah.
Lucky.
That'll work. Okay. Solid. Boo.
We're getting close, folks.
Oh, sorry, that's me. I zoned out there for.
You can do it.
We're close.
Hit. 32. 50 hit points.
It's okay, guys. I've been useful this fight.
Absolutely.
And once the arrows kind of stick into it, you see the whitehead kind of like shake and kind of like become kind of weird and upsetted. Like it was calm and collected the whole time so far, but now it seems disheveled.
Right. Also, for Zelbor, does touching one of the pillars, is that an action?
It is. You have to kind of hold it for a second and activate it. You were doing that while you were investigating it. You could hold your action and let Mel do it.
Are you okay with that?
What am I supposed to do?
Touch a pillar. Touch the pillar that's right
Right in front of him.
It's really close to dying. As many attacks as possible would be helpful
Yeah.
right now.
Well, if he touches that, I'll just throw a fireball. That'll do a ton of damage.
Okay.
All right, I'll do that.
And then before I actually end my turn, I'm going to dump 6 hit points into Mel.
Cool.
Ooh, 6 hit points. I like it.
It'll take a legendary action. It's going to attack the water elemental.
All I can do.
Don't attack my water,
Bites it in half.
meanie. No!
Okay. And then it'll go to it. It'll take its full itinerary of attacks on Hawk.
Wait, didn't it just bite the water elemental, or was that?
Legendary action, it can make a single attack.
Okay, that was a legendary action. All
It
right,
can
all right.
sweep, or it can regenerate. Those are the
All right.
things it can do as its bonus action.
Okay,
Speaking of which,
that went right over my head.
it's perfectly fine. Okay, and then it, as a bonus, it did on... Oh, hold on. Math. Okay, cool. So Hawk standing close to it, as it kind of like rips the water elemental apart, kind of turns its attention towards you. The cuts that you put into it, you can see most of them are kind of sealing up. There's still a bit of like blood kind of dripping out of it, but it looks like a lot of damage was just restored. A, as its legendary action prior to Zelbor's turn, and B, as its regeneration at the start of its turn. So, attacks. Attacks. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 is a bonus action. All right, let's do some math. That's a lot of attacks.
How many of them hit?
Okay, let's go from the top. Hit. And you've spent a total of 3 of your inspiration so far?
I believe so, and he
I hit.
Range.
I haven't done anything with the bardic inspiration yet.
I know he's cutting. It's
Oh, I
different.
see.
I'm going to try cutting that first one.
Okay, roll your dice.
Okay, it's a D10.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 2.
Still goes through. All right.
Yeah, I figured.
And you have 1 more inspiration point left, right? Okay. Do you want me to keep? You can only do that as a reaction, though, right?
I can only do that as a reaction, so it's once.
Okay, cool. So I don't need to bother with you anymore. So hit, miss, hit, miss, hit. So it looks like I missed twice out of the 8. 12, 3, 33. 39 plus 26. So that would be 40, 65 points of damage.
Okay.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to use my last Indomitable.
Sure.
Good choice.
Fucking rerolls, man.
Yeah.
That didn't help.
Yep. As you kind of like get bit into and feel blood kind of seeping from your body, you look over your shoulder and you kind of look at the black orb and you see this kind of just blackness kind of framing in from the outsides of your vision as you look at the orb. It almost feels like it's cutting out the shape of a man with kind of pointed features, like its head's like a point and its arms are like a point, and it's kind of moving its shape to almost look like a triskelion. If you're familiar with what that is, it's kind of like it's almost like a Nazi symbol, but with 3 arms, not 4. Mm-hmm. Anywho, it's a Greek symbol. Don't freak out on me, people on the internet. But anyways, as that happens, you kind of turn towards it, and you guys watch as the orb sails across the chamber and slams into Hawk's chest.
Oh. No!
Can I use a lucky?
You don't need to. Gain 100 hit points.
Oh, shit.
Regain 100 hit points.
You're like Tony Stark now.
Okay.
Powered up.
All right. Mel.
What is the effect of this, though?
Touch the pillar, Mel.
Yes. You know what I'm going to do? This is going to be so awesome. I'm going to like move my both hands, and then I'm going to like stop and then like go real in slow motion, but you know, and touch it. It's going to be so epic.
So long as you touch the pillar.
It's going to be the best touching of a pillar ever.
Just
so, can I touch 2 of them? Like,
no.
Can I? Because I'm so close.
It seems to be kind of requiring
both hands.
Concentration to actually.
Okay. Can I do anything else besides that? Like, is that my entire? Can I do anything?
It's your action. You still have bonus action and movement.
Oh my gosh! Guess what I'm gonna do for a bonus action?
Sure. What?
Right here. Wait, it's not working now. Oh, you know why? Because I'm on the distance. Right here. I'm gonna cast my second level spell as a spiritual weapon right there. I want to use that son of a bitch.
And yeah, go ahead and make the attack. I'm gonna make a reflex saving throw.
Okay.
Dexterity. I'm bad at D&D. I fail.
Spiritual weapon. You're the one.
So this fireball hits?
It hits. As it detonates above it, I assume you're kind of trying to detonate it high so it doesn't hit Hawk. It burns down into the Hydra, and you see like it starts kind of like railing in pain. Its white head is like looking to the pillar like angrily, and it's kind of looking around the chamber with almost a sense of like urgency. It definitely doesn't want to be standing where it's at. Hawk is up, and the spiritual weapon missed.
Yeah, big time.
Big whiffer. The heads were kind of just waving about, and you're trying to swing at something that's like, yeah.
It's hard to hit him.
What is Hawk feeling with this whole black orb thingy?
At current, you feel like you regained 100 hit points.
You can kill a Hydra.
Okay. Okay. But at what cost?
It's too late now.
It's too late now.
Your soul is gone.
Hit.
Might be.
Soul is mine. I'll get you next time.
Oh.
Gadget.
Apologies, Matt. Did you cast the fireball with just like a tactical kind of logical sense of precision, or do you really hate this thing?
I was trying to be tactical.
Okay, so you don't really.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't really hate it. I'm just trying to be like, okay, I need to I'm just sort of waiting there. So I need to detonate it, not trying to hit anyone but.
Gotcha. All right, just let me know if you start getting angry at it. Hawk solid hits. It's still alive. Boo.
Yeah, right now I'm more pissed at the pillars than I am at.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to take a legendary action before it. Okay, and then go ahead.
Okay, and then Boo is going just one.
Do the HP thing after, yeah.
And then,
Hit.
just to see if
27, 30, 42. 37 hit points.
Oh!
Zelbor, you're up.
Finish it, Zell.
Level 5 fireball.
I just used my level 5 fireball.
That's you rolled really bad on that dice,
I
dude.
noticed.
That's I didn't
I
think
did
that
not
was.
do much better on this.
That's
Wow, that's pretty bad, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, I for some reason my damage roll is not good tonight.
That's alright, rally.
Well, it's fine. It took fire damage, so
And then I'm just going to. Do you still have that one inspiration die?
he does,
Okay, then I'm not going to bother with another inspiration for right now.
and he keeps forgetting about it.
I do.
Yeah.
You gotta remember.
I'll use it next time. I promise.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. It moves around Hawk, staying adjacent to it, and all of its heads start whipping in at Zelbor.
Does he get an attack of opportunity?
No, I'm still adjacent to him.
He's adjacent, he said, yeah.
No. Oh, I thought he looks like he's 5 feet away.
Just
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
see
his
what you mean.
size.
It's just a circle. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, I got it.
So 1.
Bummer.
Zell, no.
Son of a bitch! You're kidding me. 2-1? 2 ones? What the hell?
That
So mad
sucks.
at that.
What?
Hellish Rebuke
Hellish
sucked.
Rebuke on the first attack, and it's 2-1.
Wait, I heard it does more damage if you stick your arm in the monster's mouth.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Fuck you.
Save Mel.
Yeah.
Your AC is only a 17. Take 83 points of damage.
Guys,
You're out, huh?
I'm down. I'm at
All right.
negative.
Ready for fun?
Yeah.
15.
No,
Ready for-
don't.
Ready for fun?
We're
As he,
ready.
as he falls to the ground next to you, Mel, as you see him hit the ground, you kind of feel your blood boiling at this thing. And as that happens, the orb kind of looks like it's falling to the ground, but then floats and starts rotating around your head. As you kind of become confused for a second and focus, the orb then flies and starts rotating over the creature's head.
And you realize that Zelbor is complete.
For Zelbor, the heat of your anger, your rebuke, as it dashes into you with its teeth and kind of rips you apart. You feel the fire doesn't really manifest outside of you. It actually starts to manifest inside of you. And when you black out and you're completely unconscious, you see flames. And inside of the flames, you see a form kind of just manifest in front of you. It appears to be a humanoid figure with a Holocaust cloak made of flame. And it, too, appears to be made out of fire as well. And it says, to
I
you.
am the Dread Pirate
Because
Walla.
Yeah, nice.
that's the only time you've ever heard of a Holocaust cloak. Right?
I know what a Holocaust cloak is, but
Right. To be fair, that's the only reason I knew what it was to start with. I was like, "What's a Holocaust cloak?" He's got one. I know what it is now. Anywho, you feel like it's kind of manifesting inside of your soul or inside of your being, and you can kind of feel it, that your soul, your being, burning.
That's unpleasant.
Mel.
Yeah. Well, if I cast a spell right next to this monster, will it attack me?
I mean, depends on this. I mean, no, spells don't provoke opportunity attacks.
Oh,
But I'm gonna give you a real deal DM just hint.
yeah.
You're really angry at it, and you've got your trident in one hand.
True.
37 HP left.
Actually, hey, Ab, I wouldn't know that. But actually, what I would do first as a bonus action is I would move over my spiritual weapon, which is actually still around, and I would attack because you never know. What?
Go ahead.
I thought you said nope, but you said yeah.
Then
Okay.
go. Yeah, go.
Okay, sorry. Now what I gotta do is I have to go back up to right here and click it as repeat. Now, if it does like as crappy as it did last time, that's really gonna
wait a second.
suck.
What did the Holocaust cloak guy say to me?
He hasn't said anything yet.
Oh, okay.
He's just kind of lingering over you, and it feels like he's kind of burning at your soul.
I don't think a 15 is gonna hit its AC.
It'll hit dead on the nose.
Oh, well then I guess I did 8 force damage. That's kind of cool.
Wounds it.
That was just a bonus action.
Yeah,
So
waiting for the
now
rest.
I'm gonna do like a smite from hell if I can hit it. So I'm
Make
gonna
an
jump in the air. Actually,
Oh,
yeah,
No, I know. We did this last time with the
I
dragon.
know. I'm
Really?
just. I don't think it couldn't possibly like
You got all the
end
glory.
that well. But we'll
It's really weird that this keeps on being the same situation.
right.
Hawk
Maybe
over here
it's
is like,
Hawk does all the work.
it's my destiny.
steal kills. That'll hit, and that will put it down.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Wait a minute. It's
nice.
only 9 damage. I was gonna do a smite on that. Actually, I do a 1d8 as a automatically. Read an extra 1d8
Yeah, that's fine.
just for kicks, you know.
Player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it falls to the ground with your trident stuck in it. You kind of bury it in there, and you kind of pull it out. Anything else?
And as I pull it out, I say,
That
I
was
said,
easy.
no, I said, I pull it out and I go, I said we come in peace. And pull it out. Nothing ever listens to me. And then I'm going to heal my bud. The first thing he's going to see when he opens his eyes is me holding him down.
As you kind of
Lovely.
Healing
feel like
him.
you've defeated it. The orb flights back to you. When you heal him, however you do it, it starts floating back over his head. And then, Hawk, what are you doing on your turn?
I'm looking at the black orb that's in my chest and seeing if I could take it out.
Go ahead and just make a perception check.
Just to say, if you don't want to waste a spell, I have a ton of potions on me.
Whoa, that is ridiculous. That was a level 3 spell. No, can I use my inspiration to like boost that up?
No.
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 I have healing potions.
You're pretty
Oh.
sure if you pull that out in its current state, you're going to rip out a good portion of your rib cage and probably the organs therein.
So it's inside my body.
It feels like it is a part of you
That's really screwed up.
now. Yep.
Take
Boo-
out your mirror again.
What's Boo doing?
Boo is actually going to go over and take a look at the amulet that's around the one.
Okay. Is he taking it off or just inspecting it?
Just inspecting it right now.
Yeah, it seems to be bronze with a lot of really expensive gemstones set in it.
Okay, cool.
He can make an Arcana check.
Sure, he'll do that. Hey, and he's trained in Arcana, so there we go.
Yeah, so it appears to be an amulet of proof against poison, but it also appears to have an additional enchantment, which is key focus to this location and this location alone. The wearer of this amulet cannot be targeted by spells unless it is in the air zones, the pockets created by the light.
Gotcha.
Zelbor, what are you doing on your turn?
So do we have anywhere to be, or
Okay,
Yeah.
so just
like
hypothesizing. Make a perception check for me.
Perception. Just straight. Nope.
Okay.
No idea.
The Hydra gets back up,
Let's kill it.
and it starts kind of like reeling. The white head looks at Hawk, and kind of looks at all of you, and the other heads start to kind of grow up. And when they do, they all split into two.
Kidding.
Reset.
No joke. So
No,
there's a total of 15 heads.
we should have burned the shit out of this when it was down, I guess. All right, do we roll initiative again?
No, we're on the same initiative track. We haven't moved. It does nothing else. Mel,
Okay.
what would you like to do?
What would I like to do?
Trident.
Yeah, I'll do my trident and try a smite if I can hit it.
Go for it.
So, I'm going to
Maybe
jump
you-
up in the air again.
Just make the attack. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's a replay of exactly what happened before. You jump up in the air and you stab it in the chest, and it falls to the ground again.
Cut off
I'm
all
a-
of its heads.
Yeah, start
The heads
cutting.
kind of like and snap back, kind of fall over it, and that's it.
Yay!
Hawk, what do you do?
I'm gonna examine the white head. Is it still?
It's down.
Is it-
Everything about it is unconscious.
It's down.
But it seems to be the most healthy.
The most healthy. What does that mean?
I don't know. What are you going to do to it?
How big is it?
I mean, what are you trying to do?
Put it in my bag and take it with me. I don't know.
No, that's huge.
It's still attached.
Cut it off.
Go ahead and make an attack.
I'm gonna use. I'm gonna do this.
Do your special flame thing.
That's what I was gonna do.
Oh! I'm reading your mind.
What's the highest level I can cast it at? I think it's a 2, right? Or
You
no?
can cast spells.
So doesn't the Sentinel sword allows me to do green flame blade?
It's a cantrip. Yeah.
So what level do I put it at then?
It's a cantrip.
Cantrips don't set to levels. They shouldn't set to levels. It should be casting at your level. So, yeah, it should be doing. I think it's 2d. What are you guys? 13 or 14? Yeah. Yeah, it should be doing 2d8 extra.
I don't know how to do that.
Just roll an attack roll.
Green flame. Green flame.
I'll
okay.
roll. Don't know
And
which
then
one.
roll 2d8.
Is that in addition to the 14 fire damage there?
26 plus 8 is 30. What are we at?
32?
34.
34? Yeah.
So, for the second time today, and for the third time in his career, Mel jumps up into the air, stabs the thing with his trident, and knocks it over. But this time it's a little less, courageous and like filled with zeal. He's just kind of like, this is getting routine. And Hawk walks over to the white head, and he's like, oh. And then he brings his blade down as green flame emanates from Dias Sentina, and he cuts straight into the flesh of the white head, cleaving the head straight off right underneath the jaw. The second the head goes flying limp and burns and cauterizes closed, the whole thing just kind of spasms and starts kind of seeping into this weird black liquid. It smells repugnant. If you've ever thrown up so hard that you've kind of had like black bile in your... It smells like that.
Okay.
It smells
Looks-
like liver juice.
Looks like you broke it.
Yeah, good.
Now, where is this sort of sorcery that we need? Yeah, I asked Hawk that. I'm serious.
Hawk's reeling. He's like pointing at the thing in his chest and saying, wait, one step at a time.
Oh, sorry, one more thing. You see this, Hawk, and Zell, you see this because of True Seeing. The second it dies, you see this weird kind of like faint form, very similar to the souls that you saw in the Soul Well, but this one's a bit more corrupt and crowded, emanate from the head and slam straight into Hawk's chest. Hawk regained 25 hit points.
Whoa. You're a soul sucker
But
now.
that.
Did anyone else
Okay.
just see that?
Yeah, I did just see that.
Hawk would want.
You did not see that, Malik.
What does Zell see when he looks at the thing in his chest?
You see an orb that is literally just bounded. Like the flesh around it seems to be kind of like grown to it and grafted to the orb, but it just kind of pops like right out of your chest.
But I'm asking what Zell sees with his true sight.
Oh, he sees an orb in your chest. It's glowing. It's enchanted.
Personally,
But can
I
you tell
want
if it's
dimensional
evil or
god
not?
Free.
What? What'd you say? Something about John Dupre. What?
Never mind. What did you say, Andy?
I just wanted to know whether or not you're able to discern whether it's evil or what.
I don't discern evil or good. I simply see magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want evil and good? You talk to the paladin.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, I'll divine sense him.
As Hawk kind of like moves away from the head and kind of starts wandering over to Zella and Hawk to even have this conversation, your field of vision goes black for a second, Hawk, and you feel like you're kind of inside of stone. Like you feel this kind of claustrophobic vibe after the soul enters your chest, and then you see that Triskelion again, but it seems to be made out of rock with pointed like spikes for its tips, and it rumbly, gravelly speaks to you, and it says, "Gavalus, Gavalus, the blood of Gavalus, the king of the Vazriel, lord of the six-headed serpent. You will not pick up that sword." So, Gavalus, Vazriel king, lord of the six-headed serpent, you will not pick up that sword. And then after you kind of like phase out of that, almost as if someone was yelling at you, like as you were dreaming, you hear the girl's voice, and she says, the sword's voice, and she says, "You're really now along your path. Your destiny is more prevalent to you."
Is that a question?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. Why did it say I won't pick up the sword?
I don't know what it said to you. But if it said you will not pick up the sword, then it does not want you to take up the sword of ultimate sorcery. And that's obviously because it wishes to continue its life. You must find my sisters. We must continue on. We must find the items that are required to open that place.
Where shall I look?
Start back where you started. Start back where this all began. Start back where you found me.
Jot it down.
Okay.
Got it.
Back in the USSR.
Back in the...
I'm gonna check in this.
You remember where you collected the sword, correct?
So it's not in Hilton. It was in some sort of like a graveyard almost, wasn't it? It was outside.
No,
It was
it was where the masked guy, the worms.
The Tome of Derlothoth, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
You
was
picked it up
by
where he got the blue orb.
Right. It was also by the that waterfall with the drow. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the waterfall with the drow led to the Hall of a Thousand Teeth. The Hall of a Thousand Teeth led to that end chamber that descended down. There were a couple of different paths beneath it, but there was the large cistern, the first cistern. And then there was also another hall that led off of that led to the Hall of a Thousand Fangs, which was a bunch of swords on an orb room sitting on that.
That anvil thing that had the
Yep.
different shapes. And
One of those shapes was a beveled circular shape. The other one was a star shape with weird kind of patternings on the outside.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
the other was a key shape. There was also further down underneath the Guardian in the second cistern was where you found the orb of Devonray and Dias Sentina.
right. And where we found our good friend, the annoying bastard.
Who's now wreaking havoc far away.
And then just as you guys kind of like take stock and think, Boo kind of looks to each one of you, looking to Malik first, then to Zelbor, and then to Hawk, and he's like, "I guess I'm next, right?" Just nonchalantly in the most Zacian way I can possibly muster. I guess I'm next, right? And that's what
I feel left out.
that's what we're ends the session
All right.
for tonight.
I could have swore that the sword was going to be here, though.
Okay.